Thanks for checking out this film review from the Dead Man's Party podcast. You could find our full archive of every unedited show if you subscribe to The Skeleton Crew on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to support Dead Man's Party on Patreon. Link in the description. Enjoy the review. All right, Metropolis, here we are, coming to you from the top of the South Tower of the Twin Towers, New York City. This is Dead Man's Party, the greatest podcast on the planet.
Are you talking about Planet Houston?
Earth. It's, Planet Earth. My name is Al. I'm just a mild-mannered podcaster. And I've never seen podcast garbage, but here he is, Chris. What's up, Chris?
You will bow down before me, Edwards. I swear it. No matter what it takes, an eternity, you will bow down before me.
Oh boy, Ghoul, this guy gotta get a grip, huh? What's wrong with him? And yeah, here he is, Ghoul. I don't like that Zod shirt you're wearing. Would you care to step outside?
Alex, why do you say this to me, when you know I will kill you for it?
Oh, this is a hostile room here today. Is it the air up here? Is it too tall in that tower? Is the air too thin for you guys? You are both angry. Yeah, so we are doing Superman 2, if you haven't noticed from the 50,000 quotes in this opener. Superman 2, 1980.
Yeah, so it was actually released in December of 1980 overseas, but it was not released in the United States until the summer of 81. How weird is that?
Oh, that's weird.
That shit used to happen when I was growing up. Movies would open overseas sometimes. I don't remember that big of a gap, but there were multiple times where movies would come out weeks and weeks earlier overseas. Now that shit, it just comes out everywhere when it comes out.
Yeah, weird. And I bet they don't change titles of stuff either, right? Anymore of movies.
No.
They did all that too back then.
Yeah.
A lot of effort. But I guess there weren't that many movies back then. Now there's 10 billion movies, so they're like, screw it. Yeah, so director Dick Donner, Dick Lester, Dick Sargent, Dick York, Sergeant York, Lester Donner. Huh, that's weird. As if we wouldn't know. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
Not a clue.
So in Wayne's World, for some reason, Wayne and Garth are just standing by like a craft service table, and Wayne just out of nowhere starts talking about the guy who replaced the guy from I Dream of Jeannie. Like, you know how the guy was always in like a Air Force suit, the dark blue suit.
Uh-huh.
So I guess they replaced Dick York with Dick Sargent, and then he went Sergeant York. And in this, they replaced Dick Donner with Dick Lester. How come they keep replacing dicks with other dicks? I guess it's a story of Dick's life, right? I mean, just
before we decided to review this movie, I could not have told you who directed the theatrical cut of this. No clue what his name was.
Really?
Because I always just associate Richard Donner with these movies, even though, you know, the thing that happened with this, I never paid attention to who the actual director was.
So Dick Donner did the first movie, and he did 75% of this one, and then they like hated the producers. They had a whole thing. They were fighting for time and money all the time. So by the time part one came out, they said, we don't want him anymore, and we'll have Dick Lester do it.
Oh, wait, they shot both the first one and this one at the same time?
They were shooting them together, and then the original shoot was supposed to take 7 months for the two movies. They got to a point where they had been shooting for, I think, 19 months. And the producers were like, okay, we have to stop right now because we have to get the first movie out there. We have to get this released.
Jesus
so that's
Christ.
why they halted production on the part 2 stuff so they could finish up the part 1 stuff and get it released. And then Dick Donner and the producers were fighting about money and creative differences and all kinds of shit. So depending on who you listen to, either Richard Donner quit or the producers fired him.
Oh, all right. So that's why that.
And then they finished the other shooting they need, but yes, they had to go back and refilm stuff that Donner had already filmed so Lester could get the credit for it.
Like, why is that worth wasting millions of dollars and everybody's time?
I don't know. Maybe that was just one of the agreements that Richard Lester said. He was like, well, my name has to be attached to this or I'm not doing it.
Well, Donner even said, I don't share credit, because the Warner Brothers tried to get a shared credit on there for directing, and he actually said, no, I don't want my name attached to this.
Yeah.
So they didn't even have to do that. They could have just shot the street fight scene and what was the other big one? When they came to Smallville and all that stuff. They could have just shot those two things and been done with it. And I guess the very ending with the kiss and all that. But like to reshoot all the things they already did was totally unnecessary because Donner wasn't going to put his name on it anyway if he didn't have the complete control. It was a total waste of time and money.
I had no idea that there was this much like behind the scenes drama.
With dude, you have no idea.
I was gonna say, so obviously this was my first time. I only got to watch it once, and so I went into this, and like I've said before, I
love your point of view, by the way. That's amazing. I can't wait to hear what you think.
So this is why I basically said, I was like, I don't want to go into this being like, oh, I'm gonna motherfuck it. So I went in with how I would try to make myself the mindset of when you guys would have first seen it when you were kids.
Wow.
I know nothing about it. All I know is that, I know enough about the character to be like, okay, whatever. And my intention was to watch the first one, then watch the second one. But I didn't get a chance to watch the first one, unfortunately. But I'm interested to see where today's conversation.
Well, they do a pretty good job in the opening credits, though, catching you up to speed.
Yeah. After that, I was like, all right, I think I got the gist.
I think I just saw part one.
Yeah. I will say though, I do want to go watch it just because I would really like to see how Gene Hackman, his performance as Lex Luthor.
And now that you've seen this cut, Ghoul, you have to watch the Richard Donner cut.
I was going to say, now I didn't know there was all this behind the scenes shit, so now that whole Richard Donner cut makes a lot more sense to me now.
Yeah, so they released that cut in 2006 after years of like fans demanding it because apparently they were making bootleg copies of it and selling it at conventions and stuff, and it was selling like hotcakes. So Warner Brothers was finally like, well, maybe this is actually worth doing. So they went back, found all that fucking footage in the vaults, pieced it together. For the Donner cut, he approved everything. So his name, he is the director of that version. So it's very interesting to watch back to back.
Wow! So they didn't like delete any of the footage was still intact.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yep.
Wow!
But it's weird because there's a couple scenes in the Donner cut that they had to use the test screening footage that they shot because they didn't actually film certain scenes, but they filmed the test screenings when they were in full dress and everything. But like they went to great lengths to get that out. It's
shit.
Can you imagine if he's like wearing like a fucking like Hooters shirt or something? It's like, oh, we're just running through this, right? It's fine.
Now, I do want to tell all the listeners up front, we are reviewing the theatrical cut. That's the cut we all watched. Yeah, I watched both cuts, but we're reviewing the theatrical cut. That's what our rating at the end of the show is going to reflect. Yes, the Donner cut is out there. If you haven't seen it and you're a fan of this movie, go watch it. And we will be referencing certain scenes from the Donner cut in this review, but only the ones I consider to be major differences that need to be pointed out. Other than that, we're basically talking about the theatrical cut.
Yeah. So my experience with this movie is I watched it as a kid. I probably saw the first Superman less than 5 times growing up. 2 was the thing. 2 was the greatest thing ever. Those 3 villains and the big city fight and all that stuff, throwing them into the Coke sign like that. Those are my memories as a kid of greatness and loving this movie. And I do remember like them wrapping the chain around his neck and throwing him in the pool and stuff from part 1, and that was like that stuck out to me as a kid. That always stayed with me. But I just don't think I saw it a lot though. I think 2 was the one I always watched. So
I had the exact same experience as you did. Exactly the same. Because when they started showing these movies on HBO, I guess I would have been like 6 when part 1 started getting shown. I watched it, but then once 2 came out and they started showing it like a year later when I was 7, I fucking was like, fuck part 1. This is where it's at. Because I just rewatched part 1 a week ago for the first time in a few years. 2 is so much more of a kid-friendly act, much more going on throughout the movie. Because when I was watching part 1 last weekend, I was like 45 minutes in and I was like, God damn, this movie is so slow. Like, I like it because it gets better as it goes, but Jesus, it's tough.
When you texted that, and this was like, last weekend or whatever, and I was intending to watch it, when you said that to myself, and then I looked up how long it is, it's 2.5 hours just about, and when you said that, I was like, oh, fuck me.
So I'm glad you said that about the time. There are 3 different cuts of Superman 1.
Holy shit.
There's the standard theatrical cut, which is like 2 hours and 21 minutes long. There's a Richard Donner director's cut that's like 10 minutes longer than that. And then there's a third cut called the extended version that's 3 hours and 5 minutes long.
Holy shit.
It was only broadcast one time. It was ABC Network broadcasted back in like 1981 or 82. One time, they basically put back in all the shit that had been cut out of the movie just so they could split it up over 2 nights because they turned it into a 2-parter on television so they could sell double the advertising and make that much more money. But that version is available on Blu-ray. I've watched it.
Holy shit.
How many days did it take you to watch it?
It was actually cool to watch. They just put in a lot of Lex Luthor's scenes that had been cut out. It was a lot of just random talk and dialogue stuff. But yeah, there's 3 cuts of the first one.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had the same experience, yeah. And then Ghoul has 0, and then he watched it one time yesterday, I guess, or the day before. So that's the perspectives you're getting here.
Also, fun fact, the first commercial to ever air on MTV was a commercial for Superman 2. Yeah.
Wow.
And then the box office, or the budget / box office.
Oh, yeah, can we go through all that stuff?
Yes. So I'm just going to do all 4 movies real quick.
Oh, please do the 4th one.
Oh, it's funny listening or watching the descent in these numbers. So for part 1, even though they made part 1 and 2 together, they still have their own individual budgets listed online. So that's what I'm going by.
I wonder how they deciphered what they did.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But part 1's budget is listed at $55 million, and it made $300 million. And that's back in 1981.
So it's like $1 billion now.
Part 2's budget was $54 million, so only $1 million less. It made $217 million, so $83 million less than part 1. Wow. Then you get to Superman 3. The budget was $39 million, and it only made $80 million. And then by the time you get to part 4, The Quest for Peace.
Wait, can we guess all of this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to say the budget's $30 million.
And how much do you think it made at the box office?
$27 million.
So the budget was $17 million, and it made $30 million.
Wow.
But that was when Canon Films had taken over the rights to it, and they put that one out. I've still to this day never watched it because when that came out when I was a kid, I saw the previews on TV and I thought it looked so fucking stupid. I refused to ever watch it. And it's a good decision because I've never heard anything positive about that film.
I was gonna say, are 3? I know 4 is considered awful. Is 3 a bad too?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think Alex likes it more than I do. I don't like it. I saw it one time as a kid, and then I rewatched it about 8 to 10 years ago, and I didn't like it again. It's got a couple parts that are entertaining, but it's just pretty much a turd.
I was gonna say, I was like, because after I finished this one, I looked all of them up on Wikipedia, and I was shocked to see that Hackman and Margot Kidder came back in some form for all of them.
She's in 3 very brief, like at the beginning
and the end.
Yeah, at the beginning, she's like, "I'm leaving for a trip or going on vacation or something."
And at the end, she goes, "Hey, I'm back."
Yeah, because I think she was contractually obligated to be in the movie.
But they didn't want her because she spoke out against those guys.
Right.
For firing Donner.
Right. And
Wow.
is she in 4?
That I did not know.
Well, it says Hackman and her are listed in 4. It might just, I don't know if it's like archive
or
footage or something
yeah.
like that. Yeah. But either way, I was like, how the fuck did they? Especially because the 4th one, I think it was like what 1989 or something like that.
87.
Or 87. Yeah, I was like, what the Hackman would not be doing that kind of shit by then.
Right. I don't believe he'd be in that. There must be a flashback.
Margot Kidder, I wouldn't be surprised. No offense.
And Ghoul, you know Richard Pryor's in part 3, right?
Yeah, I've known that. And is that the one where Superman gets drunk?
Yes.
Dude, that's
Yes.
amazing. That's the greatest segment ever.
That scene is good. Yeah.
I've seen that bit, and then the bit where the lady gets transformed into a robot.
Dude, that's the other amazing scene. As a kid, I told you like some things have traumatized me.
That's the reason why I've seen it. It was on a list of like things that would have traumatized 80s kids.
Oh, really? It did. When she was mechanical, whatever you want to call it, robot face. As a kid, I was like, oh my god.
It's like a kind of weird version of body horror.
I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, it's amazing. It's that it's like the evil woman character. Like she's like someone's sister. I don't know, something.
Oh, okay.
You'll see. But yeah, no, that and the drunk scene, or the not the drunk scene, the evil Superman scene, you should call it.
Right, the junkyard,
all that stuff is the absolute.
Wait, there's an evil Superman in that one?
Yeah, so he turns dark for a portion of the movie, and then they go to a scrapyard, a junkyard. And Superman, he basically splits into two, like Clark Kent steps out of himself. So you have angry, evil Superman battling against like the good Superman, but he's dressed as Clark, and they're going at it like fighting each other in the junkyard.
And his suit is darker blue and darker red.
Yeah, like it looks dirty almost, like
that's kind of
ashy.
Cool.
And he's sitting in the bar getting drunk, flicking peanuts,
breaking all the bottles,
just by flicking peanuts at him. It's amazing. Just the shot of him pouring liquor and taking a shot, and the look he has on his face, he's just like so dour and pissed off.
Yeah, because the third one I looked up on the poster that they have on the Wikipedia page for it is fucking silly. It's him holding Richard Pryor.
Yep.
And it looks like it should be like a fucking like Bad News Bears like spin-off or something.
No, it looks like an SNL skit.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't even look real.
Yeah.
The poster is laughable. The whole everything is so weird. And it all stemmed from Richard Pryor just saying, I really love Superman movies. I'd love to be in one. And those guys went, oh, that'd be a good idea.
That's crazy.
Him saying that, he put it into existence in the universe.
He got a lot of money to be in that movie.
Before he set his head on fire with a crack pipe.
No,
that was
after.
Oh shit! That was after he fucking freebased. Holy shit!
That was after. You're saying he set his head on fire and then did Superman 3?
Superman 3. Yeah, Superman 3 came out in '83. The fire thing was like 80 or 81.
That's wild. The way you say that though about Richard Pryor, being like, oh, I love Superman. I want to be one. Always reminds me of when Chris would be like, oh, I love Superman movies. I hope to be in one someday.
Wow, so he probably lit his head on fire while he was watching Superman 2. He's probably like, I gotta hit this shit. This movie's good. Whoa, shit. Can you imagine?
It's amazing that happened. He was fucking freebasing cocaine, caught himself on fire.
Great. I wish I could have seen that. I'm just glad I saw the Michael Jackson one.
God.
That was amazing.
That was a huge story when that happened, the Michael Jackson thing. God.
All right, let me be more proper here. Sorry, we're going off the cuff. Writers Jerry Siegel, Joe Shuster, Mario Puzo, which I swear I heard of him before.
Well, he wrote The Godfather.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Starring Gene Hackman. It's not Christopher Reeves, as everybody...
Oh, thank you. This whole week, I was thinking to myself, I hope to God Alex does not say Christopher Reeves when he's introduced, because I feel like more people refer to him as Reeves than Reeve.
Oh, of course they do.
I've never thought of that. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've never really thought of that, but yeah, I've always ever heard an S at the end of his name when other people talk about him.
It's like the Mandela effect or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, Chris. I never mess up names. Margot Kidder, Ned Beatty, Jackie Cooper. Oh, I'll do the Gene Hackman, Lex Luger from WCW Wrestling. Do you know there's a guy named Lex Luger in wrestling?
Oh, yeah, I know who he is, yeah.
Yeah. So he took that from here, obviously. Christopher Reeves, obviously, Superman. Margot Kidder is Lois Lane. Ned Beatty is Otis, who totally got screwed here because I guess they didn't want that. And even Miss Tessmacher, Valerie Pernini or something.
God, she's so hot in the first movie. Holy shit.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
The outfits they have her in, her fucking tits are like bobbling out of her shirt. Oh my God.
I guess what they didn't want, if you notice, the villains in this movie and the villains of the last movie have the exact same dynamic.
Yeah.
The smart guy, the oaf, and a pretty hot chick.
But this movie didn't have room for all those people, though. So they had to quickly cut Otis out of the story, which they did. Nice, he
it was fun. It was funny. He was too fat to climb a ladder.
and then Miss Tessmacher just was not needed.
Just disappeared, I guess, because he just grew his hair. Like, wasn't Luther bald in the beginning of this movie, and then suddenly in
prison, yeah. And you can when you see him from the back, you can see the wrinkles of the bald cap on the back.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Even the sideburns, you can tell right where his ears. You can tell it's a cap.
Yeah.
But why does he have hair later on? Like, does this take place 3 months after he gets out of prison? Why does he have hair the rest of the movie?
That's a good point. I've never really thought about that because he's got a completely full head of hair by the time we see him.
Which is funny because in the comics, isn't the Lex Luthor character always supposed to be? Yeah, he's always supposed to be bald, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
Hackman probably just didn't want to be in a fucking bald cap the whole shoot, probably.
Dude, why wouldn't you shave your head? You're clearly getting millions upon millions upon millions to do this. What's the difference if your hair is short for 3 months? I can't believe he won't commit to this. That was insane. But, okay, I digress. He got Jackie Cooper's Perry White.
And you know what he was known from, right?
No.
He was actually one of the original Little Rascals from the 30s.
Was he really?
TV show, yes.
Which one was he? Do you know?
I think his character's name was actually Jackie.
Buckwheat.
Yep. He was.
I used to when I was a kid, I used to love those.
I did too when I was really little.
Yeah.
The chick from Conan the Destroyer is Sarah Douglas. She's Ursa here, which I swear was Ursula, but it's Ursa.
That's another fucking Mandela effect.
Is it really?
Well, for me it is because I always think of her character's name as Ursula, but I know it's not. But that's what always first pops into my head when I think of that character, Ursula. She's so fucking sexy, dude. God.
Yeah, she is.
Jack O'Halloran is Non, which I never knew what they were saying. I guess it's Non, N-O-N.
Yes.
Sheriff Buford T. Justice is Clifton James in this movie. Egg Marshall is the president.
Egg.
Mark McClure is Jimmy Olsen, who is like irrelevant. And that's
Back to the Future.
Yeah, he is, right? He was the brother, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh shit!
I always
really?
wear a suit to the office.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen in this movie is the brother in Back to the Future.
Oh, I never caught that. Well, obviously because it's my first, only one time seen it, but I never. Also, it's like you barely. I feel like Jimmy, also another character who was like popular in the comics, was barely in this.
Yeah, barely in this movie. And the biggest villain, I guess, Terrence Stamp is General Zod. Now, I don't know what else he was in, but if he was in anything else, I would love to watch it because
he's in a lot of stuff. Obviously,
he's in Young Guns.
He's the one that they work for.
Yeah, but he's also he's been in a bunch of random shit. He was also in that Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion movie from like 2004.
Oh, yeah, I never saw that. But they could not have cast a better actor to play Zod,
dude.
He's unreal
compared to that new guy who did it. Ugh.
Yeah, the guy from
Oh, Michael Shannon.
to Serve Man from the Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that. Non is
That's the guy who plays the alien is the guy who was a villain or in
Happy Gilmore.
and Happy Gilmore. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's Jaws from James Bond, and
Yes.
then Happy Gilmore. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this guy was a boxer back in the 60s and the 70s.
That makes sense.
I could tell from the nose.
I could tell from his speech.
He was apparently a decent contender too. He fought George Foreman. I mean, he had legit fights.
Oh
He
shit!
could have kicked Tommy Morrison's ass. All right, what bizarre ages? I would actually love to know the difference between Margot Kidder and Christopher Reeve, actually, because
Okay, so I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to run through these. So Christopher Reeve, when they started filming Superman 1, this was like one big giant shoot for the most part. He was 25.
Holy shit!
25.
I thought he was 35.
I know this is
Nope.
after. What year did he have his accident? Do you guys happen to know?
96 maybe?
Oh my god!
Because Village of the Damned came out.
Yeah,
in
that's right.
95.
Yeah.
And it was shortly after that.
Oh, that's so fucking sad to think he only
Yeah.
had like 16 years between like that being like him and then that fucking shit.
95.
No,
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
That's terrible.
He was in his late 40s. No, mid 40s maybe.
Yeah,
He was my age when his life was pretty much over.
that's
So
awful.
he was 25. Margot Kidder was 29. He's younger than you, Ghoul.
She looks like she could be Ghoul's mother.
She,
I think you know what? I think she's cute in these movies.
Oh, she's fine, but she looks old.
I think
she
she.
definitely looks older than 29.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Because like I love her in Black Christmas.
Yeah.
And then even in Amityville, I think in this, I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was like, it was tough. But if I was gonna pick her or Ursa, I'm having a tough
really?
time because
Yeah.
she's got she's got. First of all, she's smoking cigarettes, which I don't mind on a woman. Like I like it when I see a girl like that smoking cigarettes. I'm like,
Gross.
oh really? I don't know. It kind of gives me.
Oh.
I was like, oh, she's really. I'm always like, she's probably got like a little bit of a bite to her. Like, let's find out. Yeah, there's something about her in this era that I'm like, I really like her.
Well, I feel like I just came from another planet like these three guys. I don't find a single thing attractive about her. And when that Ursa says...
like in any movie, like you don't even like her in like Black Christmas. You don't even like her in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Absolutely not.
She had a rough life though. I feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh, did she really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, she had major mental issues.
Would she overdose on orange juice and cigarettes?
Probably no. She was. There was a time like right before she died. She was like homeless, like living in a commune or something.
Get
Like
the hell out of here.
yeah, she was. She was kind of like a weird like hippie. Yeah, I feel bad.
Okay, so Ursa was 25.
Wow.
The big guy, Nan, was 34.
Fucking great. 2 years older than I am.
Hackman, 47.
Makes sense.
It does make sense, but he looks way older than that to me.
He's always been in
How old do you think the guy that played Zod was when
Terrence
that film
Stamp.
was?
I'm gonna guess
I'm going to say 47.
50.
39.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That one, and there's one more that kind of blew my doors off too. So the asshole truck driver that kicks Clark's ass in the diner.
Rocky.
How old would you guess him to be? Be honest, like looking at him.
57.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like 50, early to mid 50s.
I hope you're sitting down.
Oh god.
He was 44.
Jesus Christ.
He's younger than me.
And then you, dude.
That's hard living, man.
He looks 64, dude.
Holy shit.
That blew my mind when I saw that.
See what happens when you eat garbage?
I just can't believe that fucking Christopher Reeve was only 25. That's
Yep,
fucking wild.
25, man. And he was a nobody.
I was gonna say Superman
Did you
put him
see
on the
some
map,
of the
right?
fucking names that were attached to this movie before they picked him?
No.
Clint Eastwood, Steve McQueen, Al Pacino, Dustin Hoffman, Robert Redford.
Can you imagine Dustin Hoffman in a Superman outfit from Rain Man?
Yeah. Just flying through the air going 246.
81, 246.
Al Pacino is a fucking weird turn.
Yeah, that's another one. Can you imagine him with the delivery?
Well, 70s Pacino would be different because it's not until he does Scarface is where he.
They starts doing that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but like this would have been. What year was the first Superman? 78.
8.
So this would have been right after Godfather 2. So he still would have been like a little normal.
Normal, yeah.
But still, it would have been fucking weird.
Yeah, when he made that turn, it was like there was no going back.
No.
They auditioned over 200 people for this movie, and they settled on this fucking complete unknown for this movie that they knew was going to be a massive, massive blockbuster. But they said once he came in and auditioned for them and read the lines, they were like, holy fuck, that's Superman right there.
You know, I can't disagree. Like, when you just, there's something weird about Christopher Reeve. He's like, he really is otherworldly.
He's magnetic.
There's something about, I know this is gonna sound really gay, but there's a moment where he's talking to, I guess, Lois.
His eyes.
Oh my.
Dude, every time I watch this movie,
Yeah.
I'm like, I would be sucked in by those eyes. Like he's got the most, and I'm not trying to sound gay by saying this. He's got the most beautiful blue eyes I've ever fucking seen in my life. Care, I looked it up to see if they were contacts. They weren't. Those were his real fucking eyes.
Wow.
Yes. It's that one scene where they're having dinner together at his ice castle,
yeah.
and it shows her, then it shows him, and his eyes are just like burning through the screen.
They're glowing. I'm like, what?
It's unbelievable.
I was like, is that really him?
That's why in real life I fucking hate dudes with blue eyes because girls gush over that.
I
shit.
can see why now.
You don't see that. You don't see that shit very often. Not like that. Those are as blue gets, man.
Yeah.
And it does give him like an otherworldly look almost when you actually focus on his eyes.
But you know what's weird about it? I kind of felt that way, the otherworldly thing, even before that scene struck me. Just something about his, like, I guess his hair and his jawline and just the way he's just put together.
Yes.
Who could wear that ridiculous costume and still
make it work?
Yeah, like Adam West had a hard time with that Batman costume in '66, but he did really pull it off. But Reeves had to gain 40 pounds to do this. I wasn't gonna say the word. That's why I said it weird, because I was gonna say 40 pounds of muscle, but obviously you cannot do that.
Yeah.
But he did still fill out with 40 pounds of fat and muscle.
Yeah, there's a clip on YouTube that shows him lifting weights in the lead up to this movie, because he described himself as a string bean when he was chosen for this, and he realized what he had to do, so he hired some personal trainer.
Oh yeah.
Some famous personal trainer, and that, like, he doesn't have any prosthetics on under that suit. Like, that's how he was built. He got himself in fantastic shape.
That's what he did. He went from like 178 to like 218.
Holy shit.
He looked fine. He looked great.
I forgot to mention one person that was also considered for this role. Bruce Jenner.
Could he still do it now?
Well, they'd have to call it Super Grandma. Super Grandma to be starring Caitlyn Jenner flying through the sky.
Oh, God.
I wonder if Harrison Ford was ever on that list.
Can you imagine if he did it with the Indiana Jones hat on?
No, because Star Wars was being made at the same time.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah. I was going to say, because I feel like I could see Harrison Ford kind of pulling this off a little bit.
And when he flies, his hat just keeps blowing off. He has to keep going back and get it.
He's got to like do the thing where he runs and he has like his one hand on it. Hold it on.
This is a big movie, so I guess let's try to like somehow process all this in the best way we can. So in Superman 1, they actually tease these 3 villains that are going to be here, which I thought was very weird. I told Chris, he wanted me to watch Superman 1 first, and when I put it in and I saw these 3 guys, I was like, what the hell? Did I put the wrong disc in?
Oh, wait,
like,
they're in the first one?
Oh, yeah.
It's the very beginning of the first movie. It shows them getting put in, quote, prison in their fucking glass windows.
Wait, so the opening scene in this is also in the first movie?
The very beginning of part 1 shows you Jor-El, which is Superman's father,
Yeah.
sentencing, and then imprisoning those three for crimes that they had committed,
Oh,
and they
shit.
get put in that glass thing and sent out into space.
Now,
and
was
then
was
they're
it the
forgotten
same,
about for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Was it the same three actors?
Well, yeah, because they were filming it all together.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow.
So it was like an
Okay.
ultimate tease, like, here's these three characters, but you're not going to see them for the rest of this movie. But they're going to come back for part two, which you didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
They're going to come back and be the main villains of part two.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool. The only thing is, they kind of screwed up everything with the budget and timing and everything else, and the ending of part one, because the way part one was supposed to end, but they were so not confident that this was going to be a hit for some reason that Superman was supposed to throw missiles into space at the end of part one, and they would blow up or something, and then it would free these guys from their thing, and then you just see them flying towards Earth, and it would go black, and the credits would hit. So then you'd know that was the beginning of part two, but they said, we're not going to tease a part two if part one is a total bomb, which I don't even know how you could have filmed 75% of two, then wondered if it'd be a bomb, so let me not commit to it.
Yeah. How do you actively film two movies and then worry about the first one not being successful? Like.
So what they did was, instead of doing that and letting them loose, they stole the ending of this part two movie and placed it at the end of part one, where Superman you don't know this, cool. Superman flies around the Earth over and over again.
Doesn't he like turn back time or something like
He
that?
reverses time, yes.
So they created a reason for that to happen, but it was really supposed to happen here, and that would make Lois forget he's Superman. By the time they already used that good ending and they got here and they were like, well, our movie's good, so let's just throw a band-aid on this issue. And that's where they came up with the magic kiss, or whatever you want to call it, at the end of this movie, where he just kisses Lois. And for whatever reason,
I've never minded that, because that's all I ever knew. That's what I grew up with, so that never bothered me.
No, I never.
I have no problem with it. Because, again, Ghoul, you don't know this, but at the end of part one, she actually dies. She dies in an earthquake. There's an earthquake. The ground splits open. She's in her car. It goes down, and she basically gets swallowed up and suffocates on the dirt.
Oh,
so
shit.
Superman comes and pulls her out. She's dead. So he goes out in space, flies around the earth like a billion miles an hour, like hundreds of times, and gets it to, reverse back on its spin the other way. And that actually reverses time somehow.
That's
and
wild.
so that's how she stays alive for part two, is because he reverses time. But like Alex said, that's how part two was originally supposed to end, and reverse her knowing that he's Superman. But then they couldn't use that again because they used it for part one, so they had to come up with the kiss thing. But if you watch the Richard Donner cut, that's how part two ends, the spinning around the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said, or whoever said, I don't care what we did in the first movie. That was, at this point, how many years ago, right? 2006 to 78. So they were like, you know what? I could care less. You all know that ending. It's said and done. That was my real ending for part two, and I am putting it back in. So if you were to watch Superman 1 and then the Donner cut, you literally see the same ending.
The same exact fucking ending, yep.
Interesting.
Supposedly the Donner cut one isn't as polished as part one, and it looks hokey and not as good, apparently.
I mean, like the special effects?
Yeah, apparently it's not as...
Well, when I watched the Donner cut 2 nights ago, I didn't really pick up on that. It just looked the same to me, but maybe it was a little different. I'm not sure.
Wait, so is the Donner cut Earth spin and the first Earth spin, are they two completely different filmed things, or is it the
same thing? But I guess they added.
I guess the effects are
the effects were better in part one, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no idea about any of this.
Oh yeah, it's a whole rabbit hole you go down, man.
Wow.
Oh yeah, me and Chris went through a rabbit hole this whole week leading up to this and know everything. I'm not regurgitating it. If you guys really want to know every little thing about the Donner vs. Lester cut and all the stuff, we're in 2026. People have been talking about this for 20 years. I have no interest in regurgitating every single thing they say about it.
No.
If you care, go look it up on YouTube.
Go look it up on HBO Max. They're all on there. Every cut, every version. I think the Donner Cut's on there too.
I think it is, yeah.
I mean, even like YouTube videos. People.
Oh yeah, the
talking
comparison
about it.
videos. Yeah, there's a great 45-minute YouTube video out there where they talk about all the differences. It's really good. So if you haven't seen the Donner Cut and you don't want to actually watch the whole movie, go watch that.
I guess you could probably say, too, that the Donner Cut is probably the better Superman movie to come out of 2006.
Oh, yeah. It's probably, of course, it's better than anything that came out since. Or then.
Superman Returns, dude. I was so hyped for that movie.
I saw that in the theater. I was like 12.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we should mention that every guy who ever played... Well, I shouldn't say that. Until Routh, I suppose, every person who played Superman had a very tragic thing happen to them. It was like the curse. If you ever...
Was it a Superman curse?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Well, look at Reeve, and that's one.
Yeah.
And then you go back.
I don't know anyone else who played him. That's why.
So, I think the other guy was named Reeve, too.
Was it George?
George Reeves or something, I think his name
was. it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Let me look that up.
He had some weird, tragic, either end of his life or just tragic thing.
Yeah, they made a movie about him with Ben Affleck playing.
Yeah.
that.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say. I was like, is that the one that the Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Alex. George Reeves.
Yes, that must be the reason that they say Reeves.
You know what? Wow, I've never thought about that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
I just remember that like vaguely. Yeah. So yeah, there was a Superman curse, but I guess Routh has ended it, and then obviously this other guy, I don't even know his name. I forgot his name.
Henry Cavill.
Cavill, yeah.
Cavill, yeah.
And then that new one they just made that came out last year, which I still haven't even watched that
Dude,
yet.
what's that all about? And by the time they're doing that one,
What's the deal with that?
That's so funny. I just started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm last week, and so you doing that is like just fucking perfect.
I don't know why that came out.
That's amazing.
why are you still making these? Very weird.
Well, now it's because once they started realizing, once Marvel started with, Iron Man leading up to the Avengers, now
Right.
everything's a shared universe.
Right.
And so now that's what they're doing. So this new Superman that came out is supposed to tie into a new Batman that they haven't cast or started.
Again with Batman, you're kidding
Yes.
And to
with
top it off,
and they're making another one with
they're
Robert
making
Pattinson
yeah,
still.
which I'm super excited about that one. But yeah, they're making because it's going to be they're redoing what they did with the Henry Cavill ones. They're leading it to be start the Justice League over again.
me. Is
and
he
all
done,
that shit.
Cavill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen those movies. I've seen clips. He doesn't seem terrible as Superman.
Oh, you never saw Man of Steel?
I haven't. No.
I saw it once when it came out, then I rewatched it about 5 years ago. It's not terrible. Those movies just feel like lifeless to me almost.
Oh, they
Yeah,
are
there's just-
lifeless.
There's
Yeah.
so much fucking CGI.
Yeah.
And it's just like, God damn, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm so attached to this Superman character that I grew up with, and then the movie, has a playfulness to it. Those like the Man of Steel and then Batman vs Superman. What I actually do like that movie. They're just so fucking serious and just
They are. It's not
bleak.
fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're not fun. This
No.
movie is a fucking blast.
They're
Yeah,
like
I
the
will-
Rambo Fords of superhero movies.
Yeah. It's funny too because I actually don't mind. Like I've seen clips. I don't mind Ben Affleck as Batman. I actually wish we got.
I
an
don't
actual
either. I thought it was
solo
great.
Yeah, I wish he got his own Batman movie. But yeah, they do. They're very like even literally like the tone. They are just gray.
Yes.
Like-
Well,
it's
wait,
just-
where's the one where they basically destroy the entire freaking city?
That's Man
that
of
the-
Steel.
Just the first one? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, like
It's just like
what?
endless destruction.
Yeah. Eventually you get desensitized while you're watching it. It's like, well, what means anything anymore? What are we watching? Like when in this movie, great comparison. In this movie, it was a big deal when that like structure on top of what was it, the Empire State Building? I don't know. I kind of lost focus, but was landing on the people. Like that was a big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
By the time you're leveling half the city, what is a big deal anymore? Like when everything is just destroyed, it takes it takes every little thing away, and like no little thing means anything anymore because it's all so massive, and like we got way beyond where it matters. Like Superman here is trying to save like one woman with a baby carriage.
And then he's
Right.
and then he's saving the little kid who jumps into the fucking Niagara Falls or whatever.
That too, right?
Yeah, he's doing like little acts of service, and then those new ones. Yeah, it's all major fucking battles.
You guys are clearly killing 3,000 people at one time in 1 minute.
Yeah, there's a lot of collateral damage that they don't recognize.
Mm-hmm. So
because when they're getting ready to throw that bus in this one,
oh god,
Superman's like, no,
there's 17 people on that bus.
Yeah,
right, exactly. But like you said in Man of Steel, they're destroying buildings left and right that are full of people. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Right. So it just becomes like you literally desensitize us, even if we weren't desensitized yet. So yeah, I don't know. That's what it is, Chris. It's the personable part. It's
like this movie has heart, and that fucking Man of Steel, and I'm not even just picking on that movie. Most of the, a lot of those current superhero movies just don't have heart.
Spider-Man had heart.
I was just getting ready to say, I'm sure the Spider-Man fans are going to tell me to fuck off because I feel like I've only seen a couple of those, but yeah.
Yeah, I will say Daredevil and Punisher, those have heart, but they're low scale.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, though, it's like kind of like those new Supermans. It's like all the destruction. He's kind of like the physical embodiment of like fucking 9/11, realistically, if you think about it. Like, it's just wanton fucking just destruction with no fucking care for other human lives.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's it. That's what we lose over the years, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, they Superman. This one starts off with the Eiffel Tower. They had to replace.
This is a great time to talk about a difference in the two cuts, the Eiffel Tower scene versus. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, isn't it only isn't it only because they stole Superman 2's ending for one with him.
Never mind. I'm stupid. Yes.
Yeah, and they freed those guys. So
yes.
So now we had to find a new reason to free Zod and his two goons. So now you have to do it in this movie since you had no confidence in doing it in the last movie. So, which is probably why you lost $30 million or whatever the hell you lost in that the sequel. Because isn't that amazing? Like 2 is so much better than 1, and look at how many millions of people did not see it.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. $83 million less.
Right. That's why they had to create that scene to get that glass thing they were in freed, and then they went to the moon. And I guess, well, let's talk about the Eiffel Tower thing for a little bit. What do you guys think about that? They just have random like terrorists doing something with a hydrogen bomb, and Lois is sent there.
Yeah, he's like, I got her on the first flight out of there. Like, she's our top reporter, whatever.
Yeah, let's send her where the hydrogen bomb is.
Like I said, like when I texted you guys, I was having fucking anxiety over that shit. I'm not I hate the way they shot this. It looks very real about her when they're going up, and she like her POV looking down, and I'm like, fuck that, no thank you. Like,
she is really stupid. What was she gonna do? Go up there and interview these guys?
Yeah, what did she think she was going to accomplish?
Right.
I don't know.
I do like how in this version you hit the ground running as far as action goes, because I just told you how slow part 1 is for the first 45 minutes. Here, we're at the Daily Planet. The guy's like, he's like, where's Lois? And he says, she's in Paris, blah, blah, blah. Don't you ever watch television? And all this shit. And as soon as Clark finds out she's in Paris and there's terrorists over there, he goes downstairs, and you get that amazing scene to me where it shows him running. He opens his coat and just transforms into Superman as he's running across the ground and then takes off, which you don't see that in the Donner cut terribly, because I fucking love that, how it just shows him running and transitioning into Superman. And then how fast does he fly to Paris? Like, he's there like that, right?
He's there basically instantly.
Yeah, instantly enough. I was going to talk about the transitions of Superman. Just watch part 1 last night. There's a scene where he jumps out of a window, and as he's flying down to the ground, his clothes just change.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, aren't we going to even pretend he's in a phone booth or something spinning around and like taking it off or whatever the hell I have a memory of here? Like, it was so weird. It just changes. In this one, you're saying he at least rips his stuff off and it's there.
Yeah,
right?
it shows him running across the street or running.
He runs into an alley.
He's going in an alley, and then it shows him running, and I think he opens his coat like that, and you see the Superman thing, and then it shows it just like quickly transition into the Superman clothes, and then he takes off flying. But yeah, there is not a phone booth scene in these movies though, right? But it wasn't that always the thing in the comics? He would go in a phone booth or something?
I think so.
Okay, because I always knew that as a kid.
Yeah, in this movie, it's like that revolving door to get to like a hotel or whatever.
Yeah. I was gonna say there is a funny bit with a phone booth later on in this one.
Yeah. That was the humor that George Lester brought. Richard Lester. George Lester. Jesus Christ. Dick Lester.
We have to keep the dick jokes.
That's the shit he brought to the shoot was stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Which totally works for me. I love all that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say the humor that everybody kind of goes at this guy Lester. By the way, is he dead?
Dick Lester?
Yeah.
Dick Molester?
Is he really a child molester?
No. Let me see. No, I just was.
Dude, he's in Hollywood. I wouldn't be that shocked.
I'm sure he's dead. Let me look. Richard Lester.
He seemed pretty old when I was looking at those videos from the 70s.
He's alive and he's 94.
Wow.
Holy shit.
And Richard Donner's dead, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he died like 6-7 years ago. Something like that.
Wow, I can't believe that other motherfucker's still kicking.
And he was in his 90s too. Let me see. Dick Donner. Yeah, Dick Donner was 91. He died in 2021.
Oh, shit.
21?
Yep.
Damn, he was just here.
Yeah.
We should have interviewed him about Superman. I don't want to talk about this shit anymore. I was fucking 35. I don't care.
I would have loved to have talked to him about fucking Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. Why'd you kill Tom Atkins, you douche?
Yeah, what the fuck?
You douche. Can you imagine having him on the show and then call him
just completely insult him?
That'll be the last question.
Have no sense of his pedigree. Just fucking, yeah, you fucking asshole. What are you doing? What are you thinking?
Yeah, the Dick Lester humor, I think I'm in the same boat as Chris. Like, I'm one of the people who had absolutely no problem with this. Listen, there's a guy rolling in roller skates when the wind's blowing at the end.
Yeah.
There's a guy whose toupee comes off.
And a lady whose wig comes off.
Yeah, they just went all out. Like, what can we make funny here?
What about mine?
And like when the whole street fight thing is starting at the end and that cab driver sticks his head out the window and goes, man, this is going to be good. Just shit like that. I love that stuff.
And he's still driving the same cab from the beginning.
When it's all dented?
Yeah, it has the huge dent in the middle of it. Yeah.
That's another scene. Clark gets hit by the cab. Nothing happens to Clark, but the cab looks like it was going 60 miles an hour and hit like a fucking telephone pole.
Well, that's the problem. I don't mind the humor there, but even if you watch behind the scenes footage, even Christopher Reeve says, well, he was only going about 15 miles an hour. Do you think it really would have made that much of a dent?
And he says if you hit a brick wall. That's what Richard Lester said to him.
And meanwhile, no, it's not what would happen. If I hit almost
nothing.
No,
if you hit a brick wall, it wouldn't have some fucking concave indentation in the middle of your car.
No.
Just the whole front thing would be smashed.
Just be a little flat, a little bit at 15 miles an hour.
Oh, 15, yeah.
It'd be almost zero. It would be almost like nothing happened. But yeah, no, none of the humor bothers me in this movie. There's no joke that goes too far. Maybe I might erase 2 or 3 things, but that's nothing. I think he has like 40.
I can't think of something right now.
Right. So, the Eiffel Tower, we free these guys.
You think that's the only time Margot Kidder was in an Eiffel Tower? Oh, no. That just went over. Fuck.
Was it a dick?
No, it's when you're tag teaming a girl. She's in the middle, and the two dudes like slap hands together, like high
See,
fiving.
we always called that an A-frame, but I knew what you were talking about as soon as you
Yeah.
said that.
I'm gonna say from what Chris said about her, no, that's not the only time. So we get to the Lex Luthor thing. He's in jail or prison with his friend. They just kind of hang out there together, I guess, and do laundry or whatever. And he has a bald head. Are they trying to say they made him shave his? I don't even know what the implication is with the bald
Yeah,
head.
it's weird. I like how he says to that one prisoner, "I want my Liberace record back."
There's a scratch in it. Yeah, because it's like gay prison guys, I guess.
Right,
who bang dudes.
Liberace.
I want my Judy Garland record. So now we get back to these three bad guys, and there's people on the
Bad
moon.
guys.
Shit.
Somebody had to do it.
Okay, can we all remember it's done? So people are comparing this movie, and they're saying, well, look, here's an example of how a moon thing would be shot. This proves that the other one was real, or whatever. So, what do you guys think about this whole sequence here, where these guys are on the...
I love this whole moon sequence. It's amazing.
I honestly, I think it's legitimately fucking terrifying because I don't know what happened. Like when I saw Alien Romulus 2 years ago, there's a scene towards the end when like the main character is like lifted out of the ship before hitting like a fucking I don't know, what do you call those, like asteroid like rings that are on a planet. And like that just unlocked like a weird fear in me about like cosmic like space horror and the idea of like being out in space just floating with like,
oh god.
well you lose air eventually, yeah. Well, like or like what Ursa does to the first guy when she rips his fucking patch off.
Oh my god.
And then she just kicks him into fucking space. Like how terrifying that is to just suffocate and then just your fucking body just floats into nothingness. Like that's fucking terrifying.
Or how even go beyond that? Like if you're on the moon and you're an astronaut, imagine seeing human beings just walking around. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You know, isn't it weird that the moon, whenever you see people on the moon or in a movie or whatever, why is it always like as if you could see the whole moon from where you're standing? But when you're on Earth, it just seems like
You're only seeing where
miles
you're
in front of you.
at. Yeah, right.
And you don't
yeah.
see anything
Yeah.
as far as a round texture of the planet you're on, right? But on the moon, somehow you always seem to be able to see. Is it that much smaller than Earth that you could tell you're on a ball floating around in space compared to
I was going to say, anytime they show somebody on the moon, it looks like you can just literally see, like, oh, hey, the edge is right over there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Like it's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you never see them go to the bottom part of the moon. It's only ever the top. Like it's weird when you think about it.
Yeah, it's like the moon is just like this
It's just a flat
thin fucking flat thing that, yeah.
Fuck flat Earth. Let's start the flat moon theory.
Oh, God, Alex, are you a flat earther?
no,
Okay.
of course not.
I was going to say we've never had this conversation, I hope to God.
No. But people lying about stuff, I'm not. Listen, after all we've heard of, we've been lied to, manipulated, and
But yeah, one of the moon conspiracies is that Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing. Yeah, that's one of the ones. Yeah.
so yeah, that stuff always makes me laugh. But yeah, it was terrifying, great stuff. But I love how at the end when they're flying away and that big oaf has the two flags with him, he just drops them down and they land like as if it's the gravity of Earth.
Oh, my God, I've never thought about that. They should theoretically just
They should
float.
Float,
Yeah.
right?
But no, they fucking drop completely down as soon as he lets go of them. Yeah.
That stuck out to me for sure. Yeah. So yeah, Luger. I wrote that as a joke for you guys. Like I kept wanting to make a Lex Luger joke, but I was like, why am I doing this? But Luthor escapes prison pretty easily. This chick has a hot air balloon. The guys are too busy watching a ball game or whatever, so that's how this works. And then the other guy,
after he somehow made this hologram projection.
Yeah, that is
projection machine in prison.
I love that though.
Oh, it's a fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And I felt like he's like looking over at the guard, like at the bars, and then they're playing their game or whatever.
Like they're out in the prison yard, and that rope ladder comes down. And Otis goes, "What is it?" And he goes, "It's a ladder, you dummy." I just love the way he says that.
Amazing. So yeah, they get away in a hot air balloon. I guess they don't shoot the balloon or whatever as they're floating away. I don't know. So then we get to the Niagara Falls scene. Now apparently this. Oh yeah, so this is a versus Donner scene.
This is a huge difference.
Oh, really? All right, I'm interested to hear this now.
Yeah. Well, the point of the scene, it's not so much that they're at the Niagara Falls and they care about hot dogs and everything else so much. Or the kid. The reason the kid falling down is significant is because Lois has to then realize, weird. Why would Superman be like by Canada, and all that stuff at this time when he's I guess he seems to be a New York type of guy or whatever he's known for. I don't know. Why would he be here? And every time he is, Clark disappears. So now Lois is starting to put it together that this guy might be Superman. And that's the whole point of the kid falling over and doing that. Then Lois decides to prove prove her theory that Clark Kent is Superman. Now, she does this a different way in the Donner cut.
Very different way and much earlier in the film in the Donner cut.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so in this version, obviously, she's convinced that he's Superman. So she jumps over the fucking edge of the falls in. He fucking uses his eye lasers to burn off that branch because he's not changing into Superman because he doesn't want her to know.
Yeah, he's willing to let her die to protect.
So she eventually grabs the branch, whatever, gets out of the water, and he's a total klutz. And she's like, "You're who I thought was Superman? Wow." So now in the Donner cut, it's like 5 minutes into the movie. They're at the Daily Planet in the Donner cut in the newsroom, and she starts staring at a picture of Superman on a newspaper, and she takes like a black marker, draws a pair of glasses on the picture, a hat, and looks at him, looks at the picture, looks at Clark, and is like, and then she decides, immediately, that's Superman, and I'm going to prove it right here.
I'm going to bet my freaking life on it.
Yeah, so
she jumped out a window.
She jumps out of the fucking window in like whatever story they're on in that skyscraper. It's one thing to jump into the rapids.
Right.
She jumps out of the goddamn window and is free falling towards the ground.
Holy shit.
So Clark fucking hightails it down to the ground, and he looks up at her and he uses his Superman breath to slow her descent. And then eventually she hits like a vinyl awning and that's how she lands. So I
love
think
that Superman breath.
I do like the extremity of how she jumped out of a goddamn skyscraper.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
But to me, it happens too early in the film, and it just doesn't have the same. And it's probably because I grew up with the theatrical cut. The whole Niagara Falls thing just works better for me. It's not as crazy. She jumps into some water. He doesn't give in and become Superman at that moment, even though he looked around to make sure no one was looking before he burned the fucking branch off. Whereas the fucking building thing, like she was going to die.
Oh yeah.
If he didn't do something, she was going to splatter on the sidewalk.
That's wild.
I guess I do like that scene. It just, to me, every time I watch the Donner cut, I just feel like it happens way too early in the movie, and she goes from 0 to 100 like that, as far as like, oh my god, that's yeah.
Yeah, the way you talk, that would be fine the way it sounds if it happened at the same time that in the Niagara Falls, like if that happened like off rip, like first 5-10 minutes of the movie, that would have been jarring.
I guess we're supposed to know that, Superman 1 happened, and I don't know. But as far as pacing for a film that you're watching now, yes, it's better than Niagara Falls.
Yeah, and another thing about that Niagara Falls, when that kid jumps off, it takes him forever to fall. Yeah. Like he is falling and falling and falling, and Niagara Falls isn't that tall. I researched it because I knew it wasn't that tall, because I've heard people before say, oh, when you actually go there, it's kind of like, yeah, it's cool looking, but it's not as majestic, as I thought it would be.
Amazing, right? What a waste of a trip.
Yeah, so I looked up to see how tall the Niagara Falls is, okay? So depending on where you are on the falls, it's anywhere from, anywhere from 110 to 188 feet down to the...
It?
Yes.
I thought it was like one of the Twin Towers.
That's I know. So that's why him falling for as long as he did, which I timed it, his screen time of falling, he's falling for 24 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Did you do the math, Chris?
I did. So I looked it up, and apparently, now I know he's a child, and a heavier adult would probably fall faster just because of more weight. But I just used what the internet said was the average. The average person, if you were to fall, once you got past the 1 second mark for that first second, after that, you fall an average of 32 feet per second. So in the time it took him to fall before Superman caught him, the amount of screen time, he would have fallen 768 feet.
Oh my God, he would have been under the falls.
That would be the equivalent of falling out of a 55 to 60 floor skyscraper.
Jesus Christ.
like Lois.
Yes.
I do love, though, that part, though, and I wish movies did this more rather than CGI, is when he has, rescues the kid, and you can clearly tell it's a dummy, and that happens a couple times in this movie. I fucking love that shit. I don't care.
Dummy
It's
stuff,
I think it's so fucking funny, in a good way. It doesn't make me be like, oh, what the fuck? I would take that over CGI any fucking day. I love that shit.
Well, how do you feel? I know you're a big ADR guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew we were going to talk about this.
Oh, this scene's the one. Now, this I noticed 20 years ago. Or 2002 or 3, I noticed it.
It's funny, I never really picked up on it before until this watch.
Wow.
When you sent that video of what one of the bystanders says,
Yeah.
I thought that was like a
joke?
I thought that was like a bit that someone made.
So as Superman's flying up this kid that almost killed himself, an old woman or a woman on that's kind of near the bars or whatever, she sees Superman saving this kid, and she says, "Of course he's Jewish." Of course and supposedly it's a Dick Lester thing. That's his humor. I guess he's Jewish. Christopher Reeve himself never identified with any religion that anybody knows. But
Good man.
But I believe Superman and the whole Jor-El and all that kind of stuff, I believe that does derive from Jewish stuff.
Oh, it's Jewish, coded, that's the base. Oh, all right, okay.
That's what I remember.
Which is weird because as Superman, he's kind of more American Christian values, if you think about it.
He's Americana for sure.
I don't know. I just think that's an interesting.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah,
that is weird. Why would they feel the need to put that in there? Yeah.
So Luthor somehow he has a device that I forget what he calls it.
He created a black box in prison that's is able to track alpha waves.
So what does that mean, alpha wave?
Fuck if I know.
That Superman's the ultimate alpha male, and he'll send you to his house even if he's not there. So he goes, he sees Superman.
Well, he said he felt 3 alpha waves, and that was supposed to be the 3, I guess, Kryptonians, I guess you'd call them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So apparently, Superman's house is a small version of, the whole planet Krypton, if you watch Superman 1.
And how did Lex and Miss Tessmacher get... I mean, I know they were on a snowmobile. Would they fucking get that from that Eskimo tribe from On Deadly Ground?
Oh, my God.
The one they had hidden and buried?
Yeah. Oh, this is just for emergencies.
And money for emergencies.
What did they eat the whole time they were doing this entire journey? I don't understand any of it.
How do they survive in the fucking freezing cold of the Arctic?
And I like how he makes Miss Tessmacher drive the thing while he stands.
Yeah.
He's like, mush, Miss Tessmacher.
I'm mushing. Is that her punishment for turning on Lex and letting Superman taking the chain off his neck?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. God damn, I love her in that first movie.
He totally forgave her for that, right? because he knew when Superman re-guided those missiles in part 1, he was like, Miss Taskmaster!
Yep.
He knew that she let him go.
Yep.
And yet he still is with her in this movie. That's really weird. So he learns a little bit about Superman by watching his like secret videos.
Yeah,
with those
somehow
crystals.
Lex knows exactly how to work the whole crystals mechanism things. He knows exactly which ones to. Well, I guess he's kind of guessing with which ones, but he knows where to put them in. Superman's mom shows up, and actually, it's that bald guy at first, right?
Yeah.
That appears the image, and he's talking about
Oh,
something.
yeah.
You talk about trees.
Trees.
And then
Smoking trees.
they see Superman's mom, right?
Yeah. Because they couldn't afford to have the Godfather.
You don't know this, Ghoul. In the Donner cut, it's all Marlon Brando in those scenes.
Really?
Yes.
Let me tell you something, Clark. You don't fuck with us. You don't fuck with the family.
Because that's, but goddamn, you haven't seen the first one. That's who plays.
No, I
You
know
knew
that.
right?
I know. Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so he's in a lot of scenes in part 1, in the beginning at least, in like that hologram form,
Yeah.
or in real form, and then you see him in the hologram form.
Okay.
And then in the theatrical cut, there was some kind of rights thing where they could not use his footage. So they had to reshoot those scenes with the mother.
Oh, it's not a rights thing.
Or what was the reason? I can't.
Is it a
remember.
Marlon Brando thing? As I say, because he was a fucking. I know
Oh, he was a lunatic.
Yeah, he was a nightmare to
He was
work
a
with.
horrible of a human being.
Did he want more money? I can't remember what it
Well,
was.
no, it's not. It's none of this stuff I'm saying. He was a horrible human being.
Oh, I know that.
in real life.
Yeah.
But the reason is because when he agreed to do Superman and 2, because they knew they were doing both, he said, "I want $3.5 million, I believe, and 11% of the gross." Now, after they made $300 million on the first one, they said, "We are not giving this asshole that much money again. We're going to find another way. We're cutting him out and saying, nope, null and void. Sorry, you're not in the movie. We in our contract, we're allowed to cut scenes we don't believe in," or whatever the case.
Okay.
So they said to save that 11%, we will just replace him with Superman's mother.
Well, it's funny too that you mentioned that because when I watched the movie and then I read the summary on Wikipedia about whatever was happening, I didn't realize that the beginning when they imprison the Kryptonians in the Phantom Zone, the person who's sentencing them is supposed to be. Is it Kal-El? Is Marlon Brando?
Kal-El is Superman.
Okay,
Jor-El.
the son of Jor-El or something.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, so Jor-El is the guy.
Yeah, okay, so and that's supposed to be him, and I was like, weird, because I thought that was Marlon Brando, and it looks nothing like him. So that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah. So yeah, we get to the weird bellhop guy. Everything he says is ADR, and it's weird and awkward.
I don't know why. He looks like one of the guys from the workshop scene in the beginning of Christine. I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
the guy with the big hair.
Him, and then like another guy who I thought of him at first, but then I was like, why am I thinking that? He looks also like, and this guy's like a nothing character. He looks like the guy who walks next to Dennis when he's walking in, and it's just like he looks just like that guy. I don't know why, but
Buddy Repperton's got his lunch.
Maybe, maybe it is.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
But yeah, I did immediately thought of Trelawney as the character's name from Christine. Yeah, I did think of him.
Oh, wow. You know that character's name. Wow, you're good, dude.
I eat, sleep, and breathe Christine, man.
Oh, this after. Okay, so if you have anything else to say about the bellhop?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
He just seems like a smarmy asshole, though.
He does, yeah. He's doing the Rob Schneider from Home Alone 2 thing where he does like the hand motion for a tip.
Oh, he did the hand motion for a tip.
And then he goes, have a happy whatever.
Whatever.
You're like, okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna say why would a hot dog stand have freshly squeezed orange juice?
Yeah,
right.
How many places do you go that you can actually get freshly fucking squeezed
Or
orange?
even why would they even have orange juice? Why would a hot dog stand have orange juice?
You're either getting Coke, water, or fucking Gatorade.
Exactly. Okay, so anyway, there's a moment where Lois says that that Clark had almost the perfect disguise. The perfect disguise? You mean like glasses?
Just a pair of glasses.
The perfect disguise? How about like a rubber nose that looks different, or a beard?
It's kind of like the old saying though of like when someone's hiding in plain sight.
Right.
I mean
Yeah.
that's basically what he was doing. He was hiding in plain sight.
Like Chris has glasses on right now. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say he could be like a superhero. If I didn't see him,
he could be.
He could be.
But if the superhero, look, he has a Superman S on his shirt. Yeah. Now, Chris, can you rip that off and throw plastic at us? At the guy wearing a Punisher shirt?
Cellophane.
Yeah, cellophane. Why didn't Superman at least have like a big burly beard or something else? Like, why would you show your total face? Isn't that strange? That even forget me saying it. Why didn't like the comic?
Well, you
book
forget
people
Superman
say
does have that curl also that hangs down on his.
So what? When he rips his clothes off, the curl pops out. Like what? I don't understand.
I guess.
Like, why didn't they do anything besides glasses? Ever?
I mean, and the hat. The only other thing is the fucking hat he wears when he's dressed as Clark sometimes.
And then I guess the personality too, because he seems like he's kind of like a nerdy kind of.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. He does an excellent job at distinguishing the two characters.
Yeah.
With his dialogue, even just the way he walks, his gait, the way he carries himself. You pushing his glasses. Sorry, Lois. No. Just the way he talks, and then he's so cool and calm and collected as Superman.
Yeah.
It's amazing. He should have got paid for 2 fucking roles for that movie.
It should have been. I mean, it must have been torture to be a dork, right? Like, you could live a real life where you're kind of like suave and sophisticated with women, but no, I'm gonna be a total doofus and not even land a chick like Lois Lane.
Doozer?
You could be a Lufus Doozer. But instead, you could, like, no offense to her, but like, I don't think she's that much. Listen, if you're Superman, though, I know you guys seem to like her. If you're Superman, would you settle, like Ursa says, on Lois Lane?
It's all about chemistry, Alex.
Yeah, and I think plus that's the thing. He spends so much time as Clark Kent that you get to form a bond with people. So obviously, like,
but he seemed to be obsessed with her, even like right away in part 1. It was weird. He kind of gravitated towards her right away. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna get to another big scene, Dawn Reverse Lester scene. So in this movie, Superman falls, his hand lands in a fireplace of sorts, a fire pit, whatever you want to call it.
He drops his glasses, yeah.
Drops his glasses, and Lois is like, oh my god, dude, let me see your hand. He's like, oh no, it's nothing. She goes, what do you mean your hand was in fire?
that shit looks so real too. Like, he went right in there.
Oh yeah, he went all in. Like, why would Superman trip over a bearskin rug? It's weird. But he does, lands in the fire, and at that point, she realizes, oh my god, you're not even the slightest bit burnt, not even the slightest blemish.
I like how he still tries to talk her out of it, though, because, she grabs his hand and looks at him. He's not burned. And she goes, you are Superman. And he goes, come on, Lois, don't be silly. Like, and then he realizes the jig is up. And then he like, damn it, like he pumps his fist and he gets up and walks away, and you see him from behind, and he kind of like drops his head, and then he takes his glasses off, turns around and looks at her. Yeah,
Then he gets erected.
I really, really prefer this quote unquote coming out party for Superman to Lois rather than the way it happens in the Donner cut, though.
How do they do it in that one?
So in the Donner cut, they're in the hotel. Lois has a towel wrapped around her because she just got out of the shower. So she's sitting in her makeup chair, like putting makeup on. She calls him out again about the whole being the Superman thing. He argues with her. No. So what does she do, Ghoul? She pulls out a revolver and pulls the trigger.
Oh, she shoots him?
Dude, she caps
Points
his
it
ass.
at him. Boom.
Holy shit.
Nothing happens.
Dude, she even turns her hand sideways like this, Ghoul, and shoots.
Oh,
No, she does not.
Like a gangster.
Yeah.
Sights are on top for a reason, asshole.
So she pulls the trigger. Nothing happens.
Holy shit.
And then she goes, it is you.
That's fucking
Oh,
wild.
so then he says to her, "You realize Clark would have been killed," and she says, "With a blank, gotcha."
Oh,
Yeah. So
I
she
actually,
didn't actually have it. Oh
I
no,
re-
the first time I saw it, and actually I've watched the Darner Cut 3 times. Every time it happens, I think she actually shoots him.
yeah,
But the bullet just doesn't do anything. I forget it's a blank every fucking time.
I actually like that a lot. But also, just knowing gun knowledge, blanks can still kill.
It just
R.I.P. Brandon Lee.
Oh, Brandon Lee. Yeah, right. Exactly.
oh shit.
Yeah.
R.I.P. When I watched that version though with the gun, it just does. I don't know. It just comes off a little hokey to me. Like
I mean, if you
compared to the fire thing, because there's more emotion to me in the fire scene, because she's like, "It is you," and he gets frustrated and he walks away, and then he finally he's like, "Fuck it, I gotta tell her," and then it's like there's no humor at all. Whereas the gun one, when she holds it up and she's like, "Gotcha," I just don't like the tone of that scene.
it's pretty dark. Especially if you, I mean, I guess that works though, considering the Donner cut also has the jumping out the window thing. So I guess it's in tone with
Yeah.
that. I guess
Yeah.
now that the way it sounds.
Well, extremism. Yeah.
Yeah, that it makes sense for that. But yeah, I don't mind the. I like that just because that's extremely fucking dark. But
I like the shooting more than the fireplace.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the fireplace is a little is that like think about it though, like that's the reveal. You
it's
literally
very like Rube Goldberg-esque. Like he has to trip over that bearskin rug in order to fall into the. Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying. It's probably just because that's the version I grew up with.
right, but it's not even that bothers me. It's more like it's just not as climactic of a ta-da! Like this is what she put her life on the line for this information, and the way you get it is because he tripped over the skull of a bear skin rug, and his hand landed in fire. Like we don't even know what if it didn't land in a place where the fire. What like we don't. It's not that obvious.
Well, also like his hand isn't in the fire for very long. It's like maybe
It's like 1.5 seconds.
It almost could have. Even I might have been fine.
I was gonna say, I think I've like we've definitely all had like instances like if you're at like a fire or something and like it like went up for like literally a second and you got nothing. You just you feel the heat for a little bit. Like it takes a while to get it burned.
It's like those people that walk on coals and somehow don't burn their feet, which I still at 50 years old don't understand how that works.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Or how Rosie draped his leg over the bonfire and nothing happened. Like, why isn't he Superman? Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Like, it's not that much of a ta-da to me. So if you
can you imagine if Rosie rips his shirt up and he's got a big ass on it?
That's so funny you mentioned Point Break because when I was watching this is going way back to the beginning. The guy in the spaceship at the on the moon looks like Roach.
Oh wow!
Oh, the guy who you first see with the hat on.
Yeah, he looks
talking to him.
Yeah, he looks like James LaGrosse. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Looks like a girl. That's what he says.
Oh yeah. He's like, it looks like a girl. He's like, okay. So now we have the villains, and they come to Smallville, apparently. Which, as everybody knows, there's a Superman show called Smallville, and that's where Superman grew up. I'm not sure why they landed there, of all places. That seems weird, right? Like,
are you saying that's the name of the place they landed?
Yeah.
That's not what the reporter says in the movie.
Well, I looked something up earlier, and I swear to God, it says the Smallville something. Here, wait. The Smallville fight versus Small Town Diner, low key.
Okay, maybe they're just generically referring to it as, quote, Smallville, but the TV reporter in that little town, when they're broadcasting to the news, he says that they're in East Houston, Idaho. The TV reporter says East Houston, Idaho, and then what made me laugh also, what he called it a middle American town that middle America had forgotten. And I'm like, when did Idaho become middle America? What in the fuck?
And why is it Houston the same name as when you say Houston, there's a problem?
So that's thing. Did they get hung up on that Houston part, like meaning the villains?
Yeah.
And they somehow landed in East Houston,
How
Idaho.
could they even known to land there?
Right. I don't know. It's weird. To be honest with you, I never even paid attention to what that reporter said until this watch, but I was like, what did he just say? And I even put the subtitles on. He says, East Houston, Idaho. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I do love when they land, though, on the lake, and Zod's like, so this is planet Houston. A very strange surface. And then he lifts himself up or levitates himself and then just starts walking.
And walks on water.
And that fisherman that's over in the corner, like, looks at him and then looks at what he's drinking and then fucking pours it out like shit. I'm drinking too much or something.
Yeah.
Ghoul would have been like, "This is some good shit. I'm gonna keep drinking."
Double down. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I need a double next.
Fucking absinthe. It'll make you hallucinate. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know why the guy would throw it out. If I saw a guy walking on water with what I was drinking, I'd say, yeah, let me get a lifetime subscription to that. Like, I don't know what he's thinking. So they walk into the town, and then they walk into that little, like, I don't know what it is, but these guys are arm wrestling.
With diner, bar.
Yeah, something like that. And I love how she arm wrestles the guy, and it turns into a scene from Ace Ventura. When he arm wrestled the football player and he went through it.
Yeah.
Like,
you're right.
That's
It's
all I
exactly.
thought of. Just, I wonder if they stole that from this movie. Yeah, so the whole town, it's a small, like, bumpkin town or whatever you want to call it.
Totally little country town, yeah.
Yeah, like Buford T. Justice, the same,
Like
same
population like 200 or something like that.
Right. It's mostly dirt, whatever. And these guys come here, and you can tell they do not fit in. They're almost like My Cousin Vinny, the way like they're dressed when they show up.
Oh, that's a great comparison. Yeah.
That was your Chinese food. That's what I thought Zod was going to ask these people.
How's your Chinese?
No, Ursa should have asked it, right?
Yeah.
Imagine.
How is your Chinese food?
So these people immediately start like fighting them because they like rip the thing off the cop car and all this stuff, and they're like totally just making a joke out of these people.
I love when Nan does that. He rips because it shows the red siren flashing. Nan rips it off and is like cradling it like a baby, and then it cuts back to Zod and he rolls his eyes like, this fucking guy.
He hands it out to him as it's like a gift, and then
it's
just
great.
like,
He just fucking rolls his eyes like, good God.
Yeah,
this
he's like, I
fucking
don't
idiot.
fucking need this.
Well, at least he's strong. So like they shoot flamethrowers at them. They shoot missiles. This guy captures the missile in his hand. He just breaks it in half.
Oh, that's great. Just fucking bends it in half.
They redirect flamethrowers. They blow a helicopter into a house and explodes. It's like pretty cool. I don't know. People actually talk down about this scene. They say that this is kind of all dumb.
Dude, either it was on that podcast I listened to or I read the same thing you did, and I was like taken aback. I was like, I fucking love this scene. What is it that people don't like about that? I think it's fucking awesome.
Right, there's nothing wrong with this.
I like it because you see the helicopter, and I like how Ursa's like amazed. She's like, they need machines to fly. Be nice to them, my dear. Blow them a kiss. And she's just like,
now, Ghoul, what do you think? You're a first timer and you're not nostalgically tied to this. Do you like this?
When I watched this on Thursday, I was so fucking exhausted that I actually dozed off for like 20 minutes, and this was part of it. So I had to I woke back up and I was like, oh shit, I gotta rewind. And I was like, how the fuck did I fall asleep during this part? Because I thought this was really fun. Like,
it's great, yeah.
Yeah, like the Jeep coming up and then he lasers it and it blows up with the two guys inside of it. That's fucking wild. And it's not, and that's a time when they don't even use like dummies. Those are real actual stunt guys that do when the thing flips over after it blows up. I was like, holy shit. And then obviously, you don't have to tempt me with a good time when you're gonna have fucking mass shootout with guns and stuff.
Right, that's also your thing.
Yeah, so I thought it was really fun.
Yeah, when he lifts the kid's dad in the air and he's like,
yeah, that was fucked up.
That kid with the British accent. Please, sir.
Yeah.
Please let my daddy down. What the fuck is that kid doing in East Houston, Idaho, sounding like that?
You forget to lose your accent?
Bizarre, yeah.
I'm not.
They obviously just casted some random kid. They were like, who gives a fuck?
He looks good.
I'm trying to hide my rating overall for this movie, but I was having a good time with that part. That was really good.
Yeah, no. Listen, you might love any scene.
I love how Zod walks over to the general guy that's standing there, rips the stars off his jacket, and he
Yeah.
goes, "So you're a general? And who is your superior?" And the guy goes, "I answer only to the president." And Zod, and you can see the fucking like veins and tendons in Terrence Stamp's neck as he delivers the line. He goes, "And he will answer to me."
Yeah.
He's so fucking mad. I love it.
I also really like Ursa, throughout, just collecting more and more like insignia from people that she's
Yeah.
obviously killed. I thought that
Right.
was pretty badass.
Yeah, it's like trophies, like the Predator.
Predator,
Exactly. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So, Lois and Superman have, the dinner, the blue eye scene we talked about. And now Superman decides that he has to be a normal person in order to be with Lois. Now, that obviously the biggest, any kid or even adult would be like, I'm sorry. Number one, why would you do this? Number two, why do you have to be normal? Now, in Mallrats, which you guys are
I was
familiar
gonna say the only reason why I would answer is Mallrats.
right. Now, it's funny because Mallrats has a discrepancy here because the Donner cut didn't come out till after that movie.
Right.
In the Donner cut of this,
He fucks her first.
yes, first. Then he decides to be a regular guy, so he didn't destroy her by doing that.
Right.
Now, in this Lester cut, it seems like he has to get rid of all that stuff, and then he gets to jump in bed with her. Are we going to go with the cut? Like, are we going to say, like, that's the reason? Like, what is the reason you can't be Superman and date some chick? I don't know.
My rationale because I didn't even think of the Mallrats thing when I was watching this. My reasoning for that would just be, I don't think it's just because of that. I just think he just doesn't want to be Superman anymore. He just doesn't want to have the burden of being, the savior of Earth.
Yeah, doesn't he say at some point, I've given them so much?
Yeah, and how long has he been doing this whole Superman thing?
Yeah.
Like a few months or something?
He's done like 40 things for people?
Yeah. So that's
Like-
yeah. So that's why that's my reason. Yeah, meanwhile, Batman's making a fucking career out of this thing.
Right, he's a regular guy.
Yeah.
Like, Batman has done way more, and he's a regular human. You've done, like, you rescued a cat, you picked up a helicopter, you pushed a fault of a earthquake up. You did a couple things, I guess.
Became a train rail.
Yeah, like, dude, seriously, like, relax, bro. Like, you didn't do that much. Like, I don't know. I don't think you're at the point now where you're complaining about stuff, right?
Yeah, like realistically,
Like,
I guess.
let's wait 17 years. And they'd be like, Jesus Christ.
After this is technically, obviously never seen the first one, so I don't know, but this would be like his first real major threat. Like, you're dealing with fucking aliens.
Right.
Yeah, right.
so-
Like, this is his big first thing. Like,
yeah, you got a few more like struggles to go through before you can retire, Bal.
yeah, you had kryptonite hung around your neck. That was your biggest struggle, and all you had to do was swim in a pool because of it. Like, it's not that you did that much.
Is that really what happens in the first one?
You have to watch the first one.
Yeah, I'm actually. The more you guys talk about it, I'm actually really interested in the Donner cut of this one.
Do you have HBO Max?
Yeah, that's what I watched it on.
Okay, look, you've got to watch part one and the Donner cut. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
funny because wow. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's great. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, in this cut, he's talking to his mother. The hologram thing or whatever you want to call it. But again, in the Donner cut, in this scene, he's talking to his father, Brando.
Which pays off heavily later on in this scenario. Yeah.
Yes, I will say it's way better in the Donner cut that he's talking to Brando, and Brando's basically, tells him like, well, the mom does too. Like, you can never go back. This, but Alex, I know exactly what you're talking about. What we get to later in the movie.
Later, but let's talk about this part too. What does Brando do? While he's after he made that decision, he side eyes Lois Lane.
I was going to say, he actually looks at her. I don't think I ever fucking noticed that my other couple times watching the fucking Donner cut. his fucking hologram face that's projecting there huge in front of Clark actually turns and looks at Lois.
Like on purpose?
Oh yeah.
Yes, like almost like this is what you're giving up all your powers for.
Weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, like you said, in the theatrical cut, he doesn't get to sleep with Lois until after he gives his powers up. In the Donner cut, they sleep together first, and then he gives them up.
Here's the thing that doesn't make any sense about it. If you lose the Superman powers, you kind of essentially are Clark Kent, but not as nerdy. But the truth of the matter is, Lois is obsessed with you because you're Superman.
That's, yeah, when you bring that, I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, she's in love with the idea of Superman, not Clark Kent.
Not a regular dude. Listen, you're a good-looking guy. We already established that. Your eyes, even I fall in love when you look at your eyes, right? But at the same time, it's just not the same. She's obsessed with Superman.
Yeah.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. Like, now you're just a regular dude. And did you even discuss this with her? You, like, but whatever cut you're watching, you either did or didn't bang this chick already, and then just waltz downstairs and say, yeah, I gotta be regular now to be with her. Like, did you even discuss this? Like, hey, Lois, so if we're gonna be together, I gotta be a normal guy. And, like, she's like, a guy?
Hell yeah.
Sorry, I had to do it.
How great would that
I
be
was
if you
gonna
do that? A guy.
A normal guy?
Yeah, I almost in my head now when I watch this, when he's talking to his mother, I in my head I imagine him just being blunt and being like, "Mom, look, this Earth pussy is supposed to be like next level shit. I have to do this."
I never felt such things. Real friendly around here. Yeah, like
I am feeling things I never felt before.
We're just gonna throw everything we ever did into this. Yeah, like, it is just out of this world, this decision he makes. It is the biggest bonehead move ever. Why would you ever sacrifice being Superman to date a chick? Like, what if this doesn't even work out in 3 months and she breaks up with you?
Well, clearly, I mean, from what it sounds like from the sequels, it doesn't. Well, from the end of the movie, obviously, yeah, clearly, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, even at the end of the movie, this doesn't even work out.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't even work out.
Yeah.
Oh no, duh, I'm stupid. But he's Superman again at that point.
Superman.
He's Superman at that point. Right? So now this doesn't count. So we can't say it didn't work out, because now she has, the whole dilemma at the end of the movie is that she has to act like he's not Superman.
Which, I mean, can't be that hard. She's been...
Right, it's like, dude, you're on the inn.
Yeah.
You're in the club. What's so hard about this?
Yeah, play the game. Like,
like it's not hard, Lois.
how many times have you guys in real life had to hide a relationship with, like, from...
Oh, I've had a couple. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not...
Wasn't that difficult?
It's not that hard to do. Like,
I just don't get her. This whole thing at the end where he has to, like, kiss her to forget everything. It's like, Lois, there's no problem here. Let's just do our job and leave and go live this amazing life. Right?
Yeah.
Let's just waste 8... Then again, I'd be like, dude, you're Superman. Listen, can't you fucking rob a few banks and get us out of this nightmare working as a reporter?
exactly.
Like,
Right.
like, we don't even have to go to work anymore, right? I mean, you're Superman, dude. Unless the money's in a lead safe, we're good.
Yeah, men have notoriously done stupid things for pussy before, but giving up your Superman fucking power.
That's about the
yeah.
dumbest there is, right?
Yeah,
Fuck you, you fucking idiot.
What did you think, Ghoul, as a first-time watcher? Were you like, what are you thinking? What are you
Exactly. Like, I was like, fuck you. Like, I was like, Clark, you do-gooder piece of shit. You felt like, I would, if I was that, I mean, I know that, like, I know that there's been, like, alternate storylines in Superman. Like, I know there's, like, one called, like, Red Sun, that, like, if he landed in Russia instead of,
And he fought Ivan Drago?
could have been. But, like, he becomes, like, I guess, kind of evil. I don't know. One of my friends is more into it than I am. But, like, if I was that, I would have been like, oh, all right, yeah, see, I'll go find somebody else. I'm Superman. Like, I'll take the fucking super strength, immortality, the fucking laser vision, the fucking super, everything. I'll take that over this fucking
what relationship would be that great? You know,
I'm your ultimate protector. Yeah, like it's weird.
Real quick, you saying Ivan Drago just jogged something in my memory. When they were first brainstorming ideas of who they wanted to play Superman in these movies, one of the ideas...
Dolph Lundgren?
No. One of the ideas that the producers said, and this is legit, this is out
Stallone?
there. He wanted it, but they didn't
too
want
short.
Muhammad Ali.
Oh, shit.
Can you imagine?
That's worse than Whoopi Goldberg as Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura?
Wow.
Can you imagine Muhammad Ali playing Superman?
I'm not gonna lie. There are times when, like, I wish we could slip into the alternate reality where these things.
I do wish I know. I would love to see this.
I would love to fucking see these things. Oh my god! Holy shit!
Who was the horrible? Rick
like,
Moranis as Ace Ventura.
Yeah,
or
my
like,
God.
or O.J. Simpson for Terminator.
Oh my god! I
Like,
would love that.
I would love to see that.
And can you imagine if he was, and then he still killed his?
He was still a Terminator in real life.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Oh my god!
Yeah, he was so mad that he didn't get the role that he did it in real life.
So these bad guys are flying over to, I don't know, somewhere, and Washington, and on their way they see the what is it called, the Mount Rushmore.
That's great.
They zap the faces out of it and make it their own. They all have the same sense of humor, apparently, and on the spot, like they all, unless one guy did it all. I didn't even pay attention, like what the laser.
That part I'm not sure if they individually did it or if it was just.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I'm already at the end when I have it playing right now. I'd have to.
And then they just exploded the fourth one, so
they exploded Lincoln, which is ironic because it's like they're enslaving the whole world.
Yeah, and they got rid of this what's it called, emancipation guy.
That's a deep cut right there. I never thought about that before.
Yeah,
let's get rid of the guy who freed the slaves, right?
Yep.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
because he literally says, "The son of Jor-El will be my slave forever."
Oh, he said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny though because
Ghoul, look at you.
I'm trying, man. It is funny though you say that because like imagine the three of us as like these Kryptonians with powers. We would absolutely be doing the same shit.
Pretty much, yeah, sure.
It wouldn't be Mount Rushmore; it'd be Dead Man's Rushmore. Like
we should do a chat GPT.
The banner, yeah.
And put our faces.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
You got to do that, dude.
We are making fucking. Oh my god!
See, I was gonna do this thing in my background right now, just New York City, but. Oh wait, did we ever talk about why do they call this Metropolis?
Well, why do they call it Gotham in Batman?
Yeah, it's just
Gotham City.
It's always something else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would they never just call it New York? I mean,
it's not like they're gonna have rights issues either.
Right.
Because Marvel is always like Daredevil's Hell's Kitchen, New York. Blade is in.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're all.
See, I was never ever into comic books as a kid, so I don't know any of this like lore stuff. Yeah,
they are from like cities. Like there's even like a thing called like the Anaheim Avengers or some shit like that. Like so they use real life locations. It's just for some reason DC just wants to like.
Almost act like it's their own thing, but it's still New York.
Because like they've always had Metropolis is always based off of New York, and Gotham's always based off of Chicago, I think.
Oh, I thought Gotham was based off New York. Is it not?
I think I've read like most of like at least the Christian Bale things are based off of.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. It is Chicago,
but but that's the thing. They're interchangeable.
But what about the other guy? The hell's the first guy's name? Michael Keaton. Well,
Batman. Yeah.
What were his were very gothic-y looking.
Well,
though,
that's
right?
because that's a Tim Burton thing. That's why.
Okay, so what about by the time we're in part?
When you get to Batman
3
Forever,
or 4,
so that's like Joel Schumacher who basically made it an eccentric, colorized version of that.
Of course, he did.
Oh yes, exactly. Yes.
What are you saying?
Oh, he's artistic.
Yeah. Anyway, Metropolis, Gotham, both like stand-ins for. It could either be Chicago, it could be New York. They're interchangeable. Doesn't matter at the end of the day.
This almost makes me want to review that Batman movie. I feel weird.
Which one? Dark Knight Rises?
No, we're not allowed.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's
the original 89.
We all agree that we don't know if that would make a good podcast, but I'm almost wondering.
What, 89 Batman?
Yeah.
I
think we could-
I think
Are we dropping the ball by not doing this?
I don't think it would make for a good long podcast, but I think we could talk about it for sure.
could easily do a commentary with
Yeah, I
Neil.
wish we could do like just shorter stuff.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's do it for now.
Let's get
Focus
through
on-
Superman 2.
Yes. So they're driving back from this ice castle of Supermans, and they, Lois has made it clear that she's kind of into junk food and cigarettes and orange juice. So, she asked for hot dogs earlier at what the hell was it called? Niagara Falls.
Then she gets a burger.
She walks into a place with a hot dog on the friggin' roof.
She was like, "Oh, see there," and then she orders a burger with everything on it, and then fries and a Coke. And I'm like,
He goes,
"That's-
"Look, Lois,
what?"
here's a hot dog place." Stupid, and he's undecisive. Mr. Super intelligent, everything. He can't even pick a meal he wants. Does this guy eat? Because they even allude to that earlier. Like, she's like, "Yeah, how about like dinner or something like that?" He goes, "Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. Yes, let me go get you some food." And that's when he like brings back like flowers and food, right?
Right.
Yeah, flowers, champagne. Yeah,
Where's his oven? Like, how did he cook anything? What is this?
ovens are in his eyes, man. He's got that heat vision.
Oh, yeah, you're right, dude. Wow, you have an answer for every. I used to call you the defender. Now I think that you just are just thinking levels above me. I just can't think of these things. Okay, yeah, you're right. He lasered his eyes.
I also am like, basically, I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say secret. I'm a nerd too. So like, I know all this. Like, this is just shit that I.
So he goes to the bathroom or something, and then this guy sits down. And by the way, I paid attention. The guy working in this dump puts a glass and I think a napkin and fork and knife in both spots.
Yeah, to like mark that it's taken.
It's clear it's taken.
Yeah.
Yes. And this guy just comes over and sits there. Lois says it's taken. Batman comes out of the bathroom and says it's taken. And then
Batman. Batman.
No, I was just gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, because you love when you hear back and you listen to this. So
Batman.
Batman. Superman comes out of the bathroom and he says it's taken, and the guy goes, I forgot what does he say when Superman says it's
He
taken?
says this seat's taken. Or Lois says this seat's taken, and he said, "It is now, sweetheart." Then Clark comes out and says, "Excuse me, sir, I think you're sitting in my seat." And he goes, "Your seat's in there, Four Eyes."
Oh yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Such a fucking prick.
Your seat's in there on the toilet bowl.
Four Eyes. I love when people get called Four Eyes, even though at this age I have to wear reading glasses. But that was always such a bad put down.
It was.
Oh, really? Yeah. Hey, Four Eyes.
It was like, wow, you're a loser who wears glasses.
Yeah. I love this guy who plays this truck driver. He's so good.
So like what he's implying is that Clark should now, once he gets his meal, he should go back and sit on the toilet and eat it. That's amazing. Can you imagine if Clark was so submissive he just did
Just
it?
goes back and there's instead of like holding a fucking plate
He has
and a
like a
steak
plate of
sit on the
spaghetti or
toilet.
something. Yeah, it was on the toilet. That'd be so great. But yeah, so he goes, would you care to step outside?
Or he goes, first he goes, "Gee, I think somebody ought to teach you some manners, sir." And the guy goes, "Yeah, well, let me know when he comes in."
Yeah. Amazing.
Everything
just
this guy says is gold.
Absolute prick.
See, to me, this is like the equivalent of how great the evil Superman is in the other movie. Like, these little segments are so amazing to me. Then he says, okay, eventually goes, okay, after you. We'll go outside and fight. So as soon as Clark turns around, this guy sucker punches, like he does like a rabbit punch to the back of his head or something.
Totally back of the head, yes.
And then he lands into like I guess a phone booth or something.
Well, it's almost like a divider kind of thing, like just made of glass. It's probably how back in the day they used to have like the smoking sections and the non-smoke, and they would literally just be separated by some kind of weird divider.
Right, which means nothing to the smoke.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
smoke,
right.
the smoke can't go around or over things.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not redirecting itself.
It's so stupid.
That's amazing. So Clark's like bleeding, and everyone's just sitting there looking at him and still eating their food.
And Clark reaches up and touches his mouth and sees the blood on his hand, and he goes, "Blood, my blood." But then, God damn it, he gets up, fucking pissed off.
Oh yeah.
Stands up, walks back over to the guy, and that dude just fucking elbows the shit out of him in the
He
stomach.
fucks him up.
Grabs him by the hair, yanks his head back like that, literally, and he throws a fucking right hand from his ankles, dude. Knocks the living fuck out of Clark. Oh my God.
It's so great.
It's amazing.
And then he sits back down to eat.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
And then they eventually say, "No, get the hell out of here. You're out of here." And he goes, he says, "I don't like this place. I don't like your meat anyway," or something. And he just leaves. But it's like, wow, this is your life now. Like, and it's weird because it's like, that's our life in a way. Like, that's all of us. I mean, then again, listen, this guy is not a real threat or anything. Like, we all could probably kick his ass, I'm sure. But
I'd go dirty. I find weapons. I don't give a fuck.
oh, I just picked the fork up that's right in front of him and just stick it in his eyes.
Anytime in a place where if you ever feel like there's something, it's like, all right. 'Cause, I mean, I usually have a knife on me, but that's the last thing I want to use. But I'm always like, all right, what random blunt object could I find here that I could fucking just like smash somebody with, you know?
They go into the White House. They never use doors or anything like that.
Nope.
They just fucking
Nod just fucking
everything.
punches a hole, or just like blasts through everything. Yeah.
No doors in this movie.
I guess though, if you had those powers, I'd probably do the same.
Again, yeah. So they basically confront everybody and they say, "Who's the leader? Come over here, get on your knees." And the guy does it too quick.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry to interrupt. I love the fucking, when all the guys are shooting at them and Non just takes that fucking big ass machine gun and just fucking breaks it in half.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Oh, so sick.
There's a scene or a part in the Donner cut that you will love, Ghoul.
Yeah?
So there's a part in this scene where they're crashing through the window, meaning like the soldiers. Zod grabs one of their guns and like pulls the guy through the window.
I think that's
and
it.
then in the Donner cut, he looks at the gun and starts smiling and just starts shooting people. Zod
Really?
does. It's not.
Oh,
in the
I was gonna say, because
theatrical
I was like, I know he does pull the guy through in the theatrical, but he uses the gun
in the Donner cut. Yes, he starts firing it, and he's smiling from ear to ear like he loves it. Yeah,
I need to fucking see this thing.
It's fucking great. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's really quick, but it's fucking awesome. Yeah,
that is amazing.
They're idiots for not implementing that into this movie.
Yes, I agree, because that visual is fucking awesome. Him firing that gun.
That's awesome.
I don't know what they were thinking. Kids. I don't know. Think about kids.
Well, so they're all gathered in the Oval Office, and Zod says to the quote president, "Rise before Zod." Now kneel before Zod. So the guy walks over, kneels down on the carpet, and Zod's basically like, "Get the fuck out of here! You're not the fucking president. There's no way you'd kneel down this quickly if you're the president." Yeah, his exact quote is, what does he say? Nobody who
would lead so many would kneel so quickly,
or something like that.
Yeah.
So then we see Ellen Griswold's dad step out from the background, Egg Marshall, and he says, "I'm the president. I'll kneel before you if it will save lives." And I just love Zod's delivery. He's like, "It will, starting with your own." He goes, "There is one man on earth who will never kneel before you." And I just love how Zod calmly says, "Who is this imbecile? Where is he?"
He goes, "I wish I knew."
And he goes, "Yep." And someone says, "Oh God." Oh, it's the president. He goes, "Oh God." And Zod goes, "Zod."
Zod.
That is amazing, dude.
awesome.
That's the line right there.
Yes, Zod.
Oh God. He goes, "No, it's Zod."
Zod. Yeah.
Amazing. Let me just jump back real quick. Something just popped in my mind. Let me just jump back to the diner scene where he got his ass kicked again. We're just not done with that yet. I love how like nobody even gets up to help this guy.
Yeah, and they all hate the guy who's like fighting him too. Like nobody likes the guy. You would think they would have stepped in.
Like nobody cares. Like if you saw a woman picking up a man who was like helping, who was defending her, wouldn't you at least like stop eating and stop taking a bite out of your sandwich and like walk over there? Isn't that weird? They just sat there.
Well, especially too, she jumps on the dude's back, like she's involved in the fight too.
And they still didn't care.
Yeah, they still didn't jump.
And he reared back like he was gonna punch Lois.
Yeah.
He goes like this and then just doesn't do it, and then he leaves.
Yep.
I do like how this scene though is the impetus for him deciding that I have to go back to being Superman, because on the TV she flips it on and it shows they're having the president. And he's reading his statement or whatever. Then he goes, "Superman, can you hear me?" And Zod says, "Who is this Superman? Come to me, Superman. I defy you. Come and kneel before Zod." And then one last time, because he can't say his own name enough, he goes, "Zod." This guy is in love with saying his own name.
Complete narcissist.
He says it probably 20 fucking times in this movie.
Yeah.
He never says me. He always says Zod. He actually says me one time, and it's at the end of the movie. Other than that, he says Zod.
Well, Chris, you're totally wrong. That's not what happens. So they turn on the TV at the diner, and a reporter comes on, and he says, "The streets at Chestnut and 8th are packed with people and cars."
Repeating.
Amazing.
Repeating. The streets at Chestnut and 8th are packed, jammed with cars.
Now that's how you fucking do a Halloween.
That's a Halloween 2 reference right there.
Fuck yeah, Alex. Good job.
And I didn't do it to do that, but when I was watching, I was like, "Oh my god, this is
I was literally
perfect."
thinking, like an hour ago, I was like, damn, can we bring a Halloween 2? And I was like, I got nothing. But no, that was beautiful. Very good. Nice job.
And Clark, he's like, "That's it. I got to go back." But he had just decided to be a man.
It's
right before this scene, and by the end of this scene, he's like, "Fuck it, I gotta go."
I gotta tell you something though, Chris. Though.
What?
This isn't a man.
Yeah, he's eating dog, not a hot dog. A cheeseburger with everything on it. No, like the fact that he can flip flop like that on a dime
so quickly, yeah,
is amazing to me.
Yeah, he's like without powers for like what?
Yeah, for
20
what? For
20 minutes?
For the drive back! The drive back
Well,
to the diner!
That's another thing. Where the fuck was this? Is Igloo located? I thought it was supposed to be like the fucking North Pole or something.
Antarctica.
They drive to this fucking. Where was that diner supposed to be?
Yeah, like I never. That's the thing I was questioning. I was like, okay, like how are they supposed to get home now?
because after he decides he's got to get his powers back, he walks back to the fucking.
He's like Harry from Dumb and Dumber when he's like, "I'm walking home."
How long did? Oh, dude, how fucking long did it take him to walk there? They flew there. He flew them there.
Yeah.
Then they somehow drive to this diner. Where was that car at? How long did it take him to walk back? I would have thought weeks or months it took to walk back. You can't walk from fucking New York City to the North Pole in a couple of days.
Yeah, well, now that explains Luther having hair.
But then he's that, and then also, but like even at that, he's shown to be slightly human now because he's cold. And
right,
then,
so how could he survive walking with no food and water?
Well, then they show him he's eating snow.
Oh, he's eating snow.
Yeah, which I think is like, okay, I get it, but like,
listen,
weird
you yellow
choice.
snow-eating piece of fucking welfare shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, weird choice, but I get it.
And I like how he's hitchhiking. He's got his thumb out. The car just fucking
and
blows right past.
Right by him.
Pee-wee had more luck than this guy.
Just like
can you imagine if he whipped out that rubber thumb and put it on?
Where was Large Marge?
Or like the fucking cheerleaders in Halloween 4 icing Loomis.
yeah, he had as much luck as Loomis.
He got iced fucking straight up. They were like, nope.
literally iced.
Yeah, legit. I half expected that truck that I honestly, when I was watching it, like obviously the one time, I honestly expected the truck to be the guy. The one, no, the one time I expected,
Yeah.
as soon as I saw it, I expected it to be
But
the
like, how
guy
many
that he
times?
beat up.
Sorry to interrupt, Ghoul. You haven't heard the On Deadly Ground review yet. I listened to it last night.
Oh, did I say
There's
fucking
several
all the
times in
time?
that review
Yeah.
that you've said, "I've always loved it when this happened." And Alex is like, "Always."
Yeah,
you just watched it.
I say, it's funny to bring that up. I say that a lot. It's because I shouldn't say I've always loved. Ever since I see it, I think about it. That's what I usually mean.
Okay.
But anyway,
It's great though the way it plays out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I expected the truck to pull over and it to be the guy that just kicked the shit out of him at the diner. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. But I've always loved it. I've always loved it when I watched it 2 days ago.
So he goes back to his Crystal Palace, and in the theatrical cut, it's his mother again that he's talking to, right?
And then he finds
that green crystal that it showed earlier when Lois was with him. But in the Donner cut, he has an exchange with his father again, and I totally like the Donner cut better on this part because his father tells him, because in the theatrical cut, his mom is like, if you do this, you can never go back. But yet he did. Right. But in the theatrical cut, he goes back and finds that green crystal. And then the next thing you know, he's Superman again.
Okay. All right. I thought I missed something.
Nope. That's all. That's the full extent they give you.
And so that green crystal, is that not supposed to be kryptonite? Because I thought he was fucking allergic to kryptonite.
No, in the first movie, he throws it randomly into the snow, and it builds that palace that resembles Krypton.
Okay, weird. Okay, all right.
It seems to be the key piece to things.
Okay.
So when everything was destroyed after he became a man, that for some reason, I guess he showed Lois, I don't know what happened, but she was like sitting on it or something, and then she gets up and we're supposed to observe it like sort of buried into the snow a little bit. And then when he does all that, you see it glowing from that same place she was sitting earlier. And
so
then
that was the key that allowed him somehow to go back to being Superman in the theatrical cut, because that thing still existed. In the Donner cut, he goes back to the igloo and talks to his dad, and his dad, who is apparently somehow not alive, but his spirit. Yeah, interactive, and his spirit is still somehow there.
Kind of like a Force ghost.
Exactly, because he tells Superman, or tells Clark, if you do this, this will basically drain what's left of my life force, and I will be gone forever. But basically saying like, yes, this can happen, but this will, quote unquote, kill me forever. And yeah, exactly. This will be the end. So that's how it plays out in the Donner cut, which I like much better.
Damn, that one sounds so much more interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The other one's not interesting. Oh, yeah. They should have. Oh, no, duh. They couldn't have used Brando. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah. It's what it is. Listen.
And Brando delivers this quote that's great after it's decided that, yes, Clark is going to take this power back. And Jor-El says, the son becomes the father becomes the son, and then it happens. So,
yeah. I think when you really go through this movie in the way I guess we have, I think anybody in the world would realize is that there's a perfect cut between the Lester and Donner
absolutely.
Cut. Yeah. We just have to pick and choose, but again, there's people like Chris who may want the fire scene, and people like me and the Ghoul who may want the fake shooting Clark scene. But the way that's shot, like we said, it would have to unfortunately be George Lucas and like changing things and like almost like the whole thing be recreated with AI.
The problem is that you can't fuck with nostalgia.
So I guess there's that. But Chris is against this theory, but I feel that shooting Clark scene would have to be completely AI'd. And I think they could do it today. Obviously, we've seen Michael Myers masks in Halloween 4 and
Look at all the
H2O.
Star Wars shit that I sent you guys a couple weeks ago. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
That too. Right. So I think now we're at the point where we could do it and it's not as sacrilegious as it was when George Lucas did it. Well, he did it in the 90s, right? Like
97.
Yeah, that was not the time. And he didn't know that. It's fine. He didn't know that. But he thought it was a good idea. But I think now we could recreate that entire scene using their real voices, using all that good stuff, but having, people redo that whole thing and just popping their images onto it and making it the real room that they were really in at the time. And I think just for those 4 minutes or whatever, it'll be fine. And you do that. And then you could find a sweet, perfect cut between these two movies. And I think, obviously, him holding a fucking green rod compared to his dad giving his life for him to be Superman again is clearly the choice. I don't think anybody's going to argue.
Nope, not even close. And until I rewatched that cut Thursday night, I completely forgot that's how that plays out in the Donner cut. And I was like, God damn, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lester didn't even try, dude. Even his mom could have died for it, right? Like, nobody.
Yeah, you couldn't have swapped it out for the mom even.
Yeah, at least the mom, something, right? It's like, I'll never see you again. Like, a guy losing his mom, what, you don't think that's a big deal, too?
Right? Yeah.
Hell? So weird.
His mom?
So we get to, there's a moment where, Lex Luthor comes in, he befriends the three villains, he convinces them that he has the answer to everything. I have what you really want, blah, blah, blah. I can get you Superman. He's like, oh, and that piques the interest of Zod. He's like, oh, yeah, I definitely want him. He's like, okay, I'll get him for you. So he can't really do it. So what he does is, next best thing, they go to the Daily Planet. And they destroy every path to the main office because they don't use doors or something.
I love how, once they get into the editor's main office and Non picks up the editor and pushes him up through the ceiling tile, his head.
That is the weirdest scene ever,
Okay,
dude.
those fucking ceiling tiles like that, what they're basically like, what I was going to say, once you like puncture them, it's like dust. Almost. Yet it knocks him cold when Non puts his head through that fucking ceiling tile. And those things are nothing.
As a kid, I knew what those were, so it freaked me out. I was like, wait, why is he knocked out? That's not that serious. You could smash that thing over my head.
Oh, you wouldn't even blink, dude. Yeah.
Right. I'd be like, oh, stop. Yeah, it's crazy. That was the weirdest moment. But I love when he smashes the desk and it falls on this either side because it's just wood and the weight is on the
and his
filing
coffee
cabinet.
fucking throws up, like it splits. Or he split coffee fucking spews out. Yeah.
Amazing. And then he throws that big like metal thing at this loser, like the dumb guy's head, and it just bounces.
Oh, that ball thing? Yeah, what the fuck?
What is
I'm pretty sure it was like the
Daily Planet, like their quote unquote logo or something. In physical form. Yeah.
They basically they've realized, why are we here? And he's like, well, no, this is Superman's number one girl. What do you mean? That's his girlfriend. And they're like, you said you were going to get me the son of Jor-El. It's like, no, he's you hold on to this little lady and he's going to come here. So it doesn't take 5 minutes. Superman does his thing, and then he delivers. Okay, now, depending on your cut, he delivers either the greatest line ever or the most laughable line. I can't wait till Ghoul hears this. I'm just going to stare at his screen this whole time right now. So Chris, please do the good one that he knows first. Yeah.
So in the theatrical cut, they're in the editor's office. Superman shows up outside the window, standing there with his arms crossed, floating. And the theme or the music kind of kicks in, dun, 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 the Superman shit.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And Superman says, General, would you care to step outside? And everyone looks over at him. And Lois goes, Superman. And Lex goes, Superman, thank God. And then Zod looks over at Lex like, what the fuck did you just say? And he goes, get him. So,
And right there, you know shit is on.
dude, I get goosebumps in that scene. General, would you care to step outside? Unfortunately, in the Donner cut, which again, I always forget until I rewatch it, that line is not in the Donner cut. In the Donner cut, he shows up outside the window and says, General, haven't you ever heard of freedom of the press?
Look at the Ghoul. His face popped.
His eyes closed immediately.
Oh.
Now, Ghoul, be honest. What's the better line?
Fucking the theatrical.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Donner wasn't right about everything.
He had a little bit, but
Is that amazing that he was that wrong about that?
Oh.
But listen, I guess Lester just thought of it. I don't know.
One of the writers, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure they said, no, we did this, but you know what? I was thinking
This would sound way fucking cooler if we said this.
Right.
General, would you care to step outside? That's like, hey, fuckface.
let's go. Like,
Game on.
Haven't you ever heard of freedom of the press?
That is fucking yikes.
It's terrible.
That is a yikes. That's the most cringy thing I've ever heard in my life.
But then I just love, though. So then Superman takes off, shoots away, and Zod goes, come to me, son of Jor-El. Kneel before Zod. And just the way he delivers that line and points down to the ground as he goes, kneel. It's amazing. I fucking love that guy.
Because he believes it.
Oh, he is living that role, dude.
He's living it. Oh, he is Zod when that camera rolls.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's amazing. And that's, I don't know how they knew that Terrence Stamp or whatever his name is would have been.
That's why fucking casting, whatever you call those people.
It's such a big deal.
Oh, it's I would argue that's obvious. That's the most important. I mean, I know director is important, obviously, but if you don't have the right people in the fucking movie, you can have the best fucking director and it'll only get you so far.
Yeah.
Well, we're living it right now. Like, we're literally talking about a movie that you thought the best director was Donner. Then you have Lester.
Yep.
Patching in 50% of the movie, and you're like, well, I guess no, I'd rather have Christopher Reeve, and I'd rather have Zod, Terrence Stamp, and I'd rather have, Lois Lane, Margot Kidder, and all that kind of stuff. That seems to be the more important thing.
I'd say if I had to guess too, Terrence Stamp was probably a really big theater actor. Judging by,
I can see that for sure. Yeah.
So that actually really helps too. Like if you're gonna bring a performance like this to the big screen, absolutely.
Well, look at who he's playing.
Yeah. He's
playing a god in his own mind.
A god.
I literally heard that while I said it. So how do we address this next 20 minutes?
God.
What do you say? What are we going to talk about? Everything that happens?
No.
Let's just talk about what we felt about it, right? Like, this is my entire childhood here, right, Chris? I mean, like, I grew up on this. This is epic comic book movie. Like, when you think of, like, when Chris mentioned doing Superman 2, I can't imagine this didn't all jump out at me. Like, like this whole entire segment. And let's give these guys credit on a technical level. We're not really that type of podcast, but let's do it right now because me and Chris have immersed ourselves in this behind the scenes crap. They actually built this entire set. Like, what you're watching, most of the street stuff. Listen, when Superman's flying around, you see New York behind him and all that. That's, obviously just a green screen, whatever, in New York, whatever. And then he throws them into signs. They put the thing on top of the dumb guy and all that stuff. But as far as everything that takes place on the streets, they actually recreated every single one of those buildings to the T. The things that were in the window, they replaced and put them in the window, and all that stuff because they knew they couldn't film those things in New York. You couldn't get those people out of there for that amount of time. It just takes too many days and weeks and whatever. Yep. You couldn't close those streets off that long. You couldn't do it. So they rebuilt all that, Ghoul. That was not really New York.
That whole scene was a set. That was
a whole fucking set.
It took them 4 months to build it.
Holy shit.
That whole fucking street fight thing, that's all on set.
That checks out because one of the things I noticed is that it looks very, I wouldn't say realistic, but it doesn't look fake.
No, because they made it.
They made it. Wow.
And they also build an identical model scale of that, so they could use close-ups for weird shit,
and shit.
Cars and weird shit like that.
Like the bus flying into Superman, or skidding into him.
Yeah.
Like that was a miniature.
Shit.
Yep.
How crazy! They built it twice.
Yeah, movies used to be fucking actually a production. God damn.
Oh, think of Total Recall.
Yeah.
They had to build Mars. Like now, all you need is a blank road.
Yeah, exactly, and then a green screen. That's all you need.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Well, even I remember we were talking about that during the commentary, is that they just repurposed a place in, what was it, Mexico or something like that for a lot of the, his apartment or where he worked or something like that? There was something like that.
Oh, for what movie?
Total Recall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they just repurposed it. They used a real place.
Yeah, even when he was going down the stairs and all this stuff, that was Mexico because it looked so different from America.
Yeah.
So people thought it could pass as futuristic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like now, all you need is a flat surface and markers,
and
that would be your buildings, right? Isn't that crazy to think of?
It's fucking sad, honestly.
Yeah, Ghoul or anyone listening, if you're interested at all, there's a 52-minute making of Superman 2 on YouTube that aired on network television back when this movie came out that shows you all of the behind the scenes shit of how they did all the special effects and all that stuff. It is fucking fascinating and just blows my mind how talented those people were back then that had to make a movie like this before computers, CGI, shooting on digital instead of shooting on film, all that shit. It's insane. I can't recommend that highly enough on YouTube. Making of Superman 2.
So one of the reasons they praise the Donner cut over this cut is that they basically removed all the humor. Like I mentioned, the guy going backwards on roller skates, the toupees, the phone booth, I will admit, the guy was talking on the phone way too long.
And he still kept talking as he was laying sideways on the ground.
I thought that was really funny.
I mean, it is funny.
And then as it blows away, he hangs on to the top of the fucking
and he was still cracking up at the guy on the other line.
Yeah, as it drags him away, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the shit I'm talking about that's not in modern superhero movies like Man of Steel.
No, not at all.
They will never do that again.
Complete fucking extremes.
No. Yeah. They all play it safe now. Like those they weren't producers. The two, Chris, those two guys.
The Salkins.
Yes, Salkins. And then they had the producer that Donner said, if he stays, I go. That annoying guy.
Yes, but I can't remember that guy's name.
Yeah, I can't either. But those three people listened to Dick Lester and said, oh, okay, yeah, you think that should be in this? Okay. And it was, right? But can you imagine, let's just say that any Spider-Man or whatever, can you imagine, what's his name? Something Mark Webb or... Oh, Raimi. Oh, no, Raimi directed
Sam
those,
Raimi,
right?
Yeah.
Sam Raimi, not to be confused with Mark Webb.
Mark Webb directed the ones with the other guy.
Oh, the with Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield,
yes.
Oh,
Mark Webb did those ones, yeah.
Okay.
So Raimi, can you imagine if he was like, I don't know, man, this needs more humor and stuff. And they'd be like, well, we don't really do that, Sam.
I get it. So Donner so the first one is strictly Donner, right?
Yes.
And that one doesn't have as much humor?
But there's some cheeky
like,
stuff in
but
there.
not as like compare
A little bit.
a little bit, but like compared to this one though.
No, and not even no. Compared to this one, no.
You can kind of tell though how this movie eventually set precedent for a kind of long time on superhero movies and having humor, because if you think about 89 Tim Burton Batman, there's a little, like, obviously because it's the Joker, there's like a good amount of humor in that movie. If you think about like the museum scene, they go in there, they play that Prince song,
Right.
and they slap paint on everything, and he's like, oh no, I like this one, like, leave it alone, like.
But that's fine. Yeah, I don't think they're against humor in general, which is why it was in Superman 1.
Yeah.
But I think the slapstick is where you're like, oh, we're doing that.
Mm.
And I think, and even like when newer viewers, Ghoul, of course, me, like we said many times, me and Chris have been on a rabbit hole this last 10, 12 days, whatever.
Yeah, like
it
I
is.
said, I'm completely fresh on this, so whatever. Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of people complain about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they certainly didn't complain about part one's humor or Batman's humor or whatever the case. They actually put this along the lines of 1966 Batman.
Really?
That's wild.
I don't subscribe to that. Fuck
And I don't
that.
either, because I know that inside now, and I know it's not the
and
same.
I've seen a decent amount of that old school Adam West Batman. No way, this is fucking leagues ahead. Like, yeah, it has seriousness to it. That Adam West show that was not serious in the slightest. Come on.
It had some, believe it or not, but it was the kind of thing. It was unacknowledged humor.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like they all played it straight.
Well,
like
they played it straight, but it was like
the shark spray.
yeah, goofy payoff.
They did it as if it was real.
I know that they didn't play that as funny, but it's obviously ridiculous.
Yeah. Whereas this, I absolutely could take Superman 2 seriously.
Okay, because people say that the Donner cut of this scene is much better than this cut because they get rid of all of that.
Hmm.
Now, Chris, would you be okay if they got rid of all that? Now, you just did it, actually. Did you have a good of an experience watching the non-humor version of the city?
The street fight city scene? To be honest, when I watched it this time, the Donner cut, nothing really jumped out at me when I was watching it. Like, oh, this wasn't here. This no, not really. I mean, maybe some of that little humor stuff was cut out, but if it was, it didn't dawn on me as I was watching it. So
Isn't that amazing? You could add or remove that kind of stuff, and no one knows the difference.
I think it's because it's not that big a deal to begin with. Like in the theatrical cut, it's there, but it's not a big deal. It's so quick.
It's always so quick.
Right. So when you pull it out, it's not glaring. It's not like they took the whole fucking scene out when Ursa goes, Superman, and kicks up that fucking manhole cover, flings it at him like a frisbee, and like folds him in half and he goes flying backwards. That's great. I love that. If that wasn't in there, yeah, that would piss me off. I mean, that's kind of funny in a way.
Well, how about when the guy goes, oh, that's a home run?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting rid of that. Is that... Like, why would it be so crazy for a loser guy just driving around seeing that, saying, oh, like him having his own little witty, like me. That would be me, the loser sitting in a car going, oh boy, that's a home run. You know, I guess, I don't know if I would say that, but I'm just saying, like, is it that weird for a random guy to say something like that? What if that's his humor?
And then also in the Donner cut, I can't. So you know that chick they have in this movie that works at the Daily Planet, the bitch that is with Lois when she's like, the big one's just as strong as Superman. And then Lois looks at her and like shoves her away. That short-haired lady that works at the newspaper.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's in the Donner cut or if that's just the Lester cut.
All right.
Okay, because it's a bit of humor. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, there's amazing moments here where, like, Superman throws Zod, or I think Zod, into a Coke.
Oh, it's great. Yes,
Yeah, and it's another use of the dummy thing when he's spinning him around. You can clearly, you can clearly see that it's a dummy.
Really? I've never really, I guess, fixated on that.
Yeah, I like I said, I love that shit. It makes me fucking laugh, not in a bad way. Like, I don't fault it for it.
In a good way. You love that camp stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's clearly a dummy because like one leg is hanging and like really low. Obviously, didn't have enough like stuffing or whatever in it.
I love it though, because they're doing one thing after another to get Superman to have to try to stop them. Like Zod is heating up that gas tank on that truck with his eyes, and then Superman's like, God damn it. So he goes over there, fucking blows it cold with his breath. It turns into ice.
And then he throws the mirror right back at Zod.
Yeah, so if those lasers were so powerful, why did they just bounce off of a mirror? Why didn't they shatter that fucking mirror?
Also, why did it take that long for the fucking, like, why didn't that shit explode immediately? Versus earlier,
just to build suspense.
Well, but when Non used his laser vision, which was shown to be weak
at the beginning,
he used his on that military jeep in the little town scene that blows up instantly. Just things I noticed.
But how about if you expanded something with heat that much and then immediately blew it cold, it would crack.
Yeah, it'd still blow.
Oh, wow. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
I never thought about that before. Yep.
Yeah, it's like if you heat up glass in a microwave and then you put it under a cold sink, it would shatter.
Oh, it's crack. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So it's like
Non comes fucking out of the sky directly above Superman, stomps him down through the road, and they're fucking going at it.
Oh, and it seems so big, right? Underneath the ground.
I love how they don't show it. You only see the people reacting to it above ground. What's going on? It's like an earthquake. They're bouncing all around the place. You hear rumbling down underneath, and all of a sudden, you fucking see Non come flying up through the street, and with that fucking noise he makes, that fucking pig squeal sound. Yeah, and then he goes flying through the Daily Planet, through the first wall, through the whole fucking office building, through the second wall, and then ends up wherever the fuck he ends up. But no, it's just great how they're just fucking going to town under the street, but you can't see it, so you're like, holy shit, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah.
And I have to throw in, because it's me, when they're flying around New York and going through the whole thing, I love that the Twin Towers are prominently shown. 25 years later, I'm still fixated. Isn't that amazing? 25 years?
I don't even talk about that.
Yeah, it's wild.
I'm going to be dead in like 2 weeks.
Do you want to hear something make you really feel bad about yourself?
What?
They weren't even there 25 years when this movie was filmed.
Oh, I was going to say, were they even there 10 years?
5.
Yeah, exactly.
I think 76 they were done. Isn't that crazy? They were only there for 5 years. And it seemed like a landmark that'd be there forever. And here we are 25 years later, and they from when they were gone.
Right.
Like, wow. That's insanity, dude. So, yeah, as a Twin Towers, New York, late 80s movie kind of guy, I always love when Superman flies around them in part 1 also, if anybody cares. And I'll say that the Twin Towers are in the cover of this movie when it came out. Now, I don't know if they kept doing that for Blu-rays and stuff like that, or 4K, whatever.
I would grab my 4K, but it's in the family room over there, so I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. So, like, they were absolutely in the VHSs and the original movie posters. He was like flying away from New York, and they were like low in there.
Like on your background?
No, I actually made that myself.
Of course you did.
So then we get to the moment where they think they killed Superman by throwing a bus at him. They actually think he died. And just like Spider-Man 2 or 3, I forgot which one, when they think they did something to Spider-Man, like all the New Yorkers come and start like going to fight the bad guy.
Or Halloween Kills.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Or Halloween Kills.
Basically, evil dies tonight. Yep. They do in this movie, yeah.
So after, Superman gets killed, yeah, it's a good idea to walk over to the guy who did that with a bat.
Yeah, they just saw these people do all this shit. And they're like, right. We'll take them.
Yeah. Oh, you can't mess with Superman, man. Yeah, no, not a good idea, guys. You should just go home and just see what happens on the news tomorrow. That's the way for people with no capabilities.
And they just fucking use their super breath to
this hurricane.
Basically turn it into like a fucking tornado. I feel like it goes on weirdly long.
It is very long.
They just kind of keep going with it a little longer than they should have.
It's like
how much would you have to inhale to do that?
Yeah, it's like a solid 3 minutes.
Like they just keep cutting to different areas and people showing stuff getting blown around.
It's very weird.
What's their lung capacity exactly? Do they have a lung the size of that tank? But still, air only fits into so much. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. It would only make sense if they were blowing out of sync. And then as one had to inhale, the other two were blowing, and then the other would, it would only work that way. It wouldn't work where they all just went for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. The only one who looks like he's like legitimately like doing all right is Terrence Stamp, because like they show the shot of him and Ursa, and Ursa's like cheeks are like all puffed out. Like you tell she's like trying.
Like a blowfish.
Yeah, she's trying real hard, and I'm like, ugh. Like,
yeah.
Went on a little too long.
Yeah, fuck this movie.
Yeah, 2.5 out of 5, guys.
2.5 hot dogs.
So Superman flies away looking like a coward to everybody. They're like, oh man, what a pussy ass bitch, punk ass bitch motherfucker. What, look at this guy leaving. Wow, man, Superman's a punk ass bitch. And everyone's all just turning on him right away because he left. Then these guys, I guess, go back into the office, believe it or not. And they discuss what to do next. They think they won. He's like, yes, I beat the son of Jor-El, the guy who imprisoned me. He's like, whoa. And Lex Luger from WCW is like, hey, man, I could drop an elbow on this guy. What are you talking about? No. Luther's like, what are you talking about? You didn't beat anything. What do you mean? He flew away. He's fine. And they're like, oh. He's like, but guess what? I know where he lives.
I have his address.
I have his address.
That's what he said, Superman's address.
Oh, no, but doesn't he say it like a Spanish accent?
Yeah, that's. I was trying to do it. I guess I didn't do it well.
Oh, sorry.
No, because I can't remember what he says, and then Zod or someone says something, and he goes, I can't do it, but he goes, Superman's address, or he says it really
Superman's
strange.
address.
Yeah, it's really strange. Yeah,
it's very strange how he delivers it. So they're like, oh, so you think he went home? Okay, let's just go to his house.
And Terrence Stamp again has to deliver an epic line. He's like, "Come, the three of us will crush the son of our jailer." He chews up every fucking line of dialogue that he delivers, man.
So good. So they all fly over to Superman's thing. They bring Lois Lane. They bring Luger. And they go over there. The girl drops Luger off prematurely, and he has to like climb his way over to the action leader. And Superman, so they like criticize his place, like, oh wow, look at this crap version of their planet. And he's like, you think you'd be a little more respectful when you're in someone's home, Zod. Like some weird line like that, right? And then,
oh, Superman?
Yeah.
God damn, what does he say?
Have some manners when he enters someone's home or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
So that they eventually do a little bit of action. So now we get to a part where everybody cites Lester's involvement in this moment. And they say so Ghoul, I want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
They hate the ripping off the S, and it turns into a giant piece of plastic and wraps the dummy guy.
Yeah, I didn't really know what that was supposed to be.
No one seems to.
Oh, I still don't. 45 years later.
Yeah, like I've never seen, or like I said, not familiar with the character entirely. I know his basic parameters. I've never heard of him throwing his insignia at somebody and it turning into like a fucking balloon. And
all it does is it knocks Non down, and then he grabs himself and looks around like, what the fuck just happened? But that was it. That was it.
Yeah, that's it. So like, yeah, I don't know what was going on. care for that. I
They
thought that was,
really ran out of ideas.
yeah, that was grabbing at straws.
Well, they did a Family Guy bit of that. If anybody
I
wants to,
saw that.
Did they?
I don't watch The Family Guy, but
it was funny because it's like, what the hell is that? What was the point of that? He's
yeah,
like,
I had to read.
I really inconvenienced you there, or something like that.
for a whole 13 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, I had to rewind that part because I like didn't know what happened. I was like, wait, what? And then I saw, and I was like, okay, or interesting.
That always, when he rips that cellophane S off his chest, this thing right here.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris,
The way
you're wearing the Superman shirt. Let the audience know.
the way
Go
it
ahead.
looks in his hand after he rips it off, it always reminded me of the wrapping on fruit roll-ups. Like if you peel
I was just
a
about
fruit
to
roll-up
say,
up.
yes.
Are you serious? Shut up.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Fruit
That's I've
roll-ups. Yeah.
always thought that fruit
Yeah.
roll-ups.
Yep. 100%.
So the other thing people don't like is when Superman is able to make like 4 Supermans of himself.
Oh, I love that. People don't like that.
No, they think
Oh,
that's another Lester
fuck.
bit. I have no problem with that. I don't see
Zero.
what's wrong with
I
that.
think it's fucking amazing, to be honest.
Right. And I love how you have to guess which one's the real one.
Right.
And now a normal person would guess the one with Lois is the real one, but it is not.
And I think that the effects in this scene are great. She goes, oh, Superman, and runs towards him and tries to hug him, and she goes right through him, and it looks awesome. And then Ursa's standing in front of her version, and she kicks at him, and her leg goes right through him, and it looks great. And what's the non one?
I forgot what he does to him.
Oh, he flies at him, and then he crumbles like stone, basically.
No, he goes through the ice in the background.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He jumps at Superman and then makes a hole through the ice wall.
Okay, I thought for some reason the Superman, quote unquote, was like built of stone, and once he hit it, it just crumbled.
No, it was the wall behind him that crumbled. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Zod thinks it's not Superman, which makes no sense.
Right.
Because you already established the other 3 aren't. And then he goes to just touch him or push him away. And then that's when
Yeah, he's
Superman...
like not even looking at him.
Wait,
almost.
so this is the Donner cut?
No, this is the theatrical cut.
Do you have a problem with him multiplying himself?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, like, I don't get that.
That's a Superman power.
What's the problem? I don't get it.
No issue with that. Nope.
There is a line in this movie that is repeated, just like we realize. Do you care to step outside? How come every time Zod says "kill him" to Lex Luthor, he goes, "Me? Lex Luthor?
The greatest criminal mind?"
Right? Like, how many times did someone write that? Right? Was it 2 or 3? It's like, why is any line repeated in a movie unless it's an amazing callback, right?
I think it was only 2, but you're right. It does feel like more than that.
Yeah.
He's like, kill him. He's like, kill me? Lex Luthor?
Like, how many times are we doing this?
Right.
Yeah, so Ghoul is sitting right now. Every time he does our show, he looks like he's in the molecule chamber. So let's get to that scene. He's losing his powers every time he does one of our shows.
Am I though?
And no, you're not, according to the videos I've seen. You have your powers. I know nothing about. So Superman does this really cool thing where, since they want to kill Luger, it seems like Luger might be on Superman's side now. So Superman goes, hey, listen, get them over there to the molecule chamber. And what that'll do is it'll train their powers and they'll become regular people. And then Zod comes over and he's like, what's going on over here? Or something like that. And then
Luthor immediately was like, don't go in there. It's a trap. It'll take away your powers and make you just like him, or whatever it was.
Can I ask something?
No, go ahead. Yeah, people like you, people like me. Yes.
Can I ask
First
something
people
real
like
quick,
you,
though?
and the people. Yeah, go ahead.
So is Superman supposed to have like super hearing? Is that a thing?
yes.
Well, I'm sure he does.
So those Kryptonians should basically. How do they not hear that conversation?
Wow.
Just a point. I don't know.
Because Luthor even says, Superman is basically you guys, but there's 3 of you.
Exactly.
Right.
And only 1 of him. Right. So it seems like this should all kind of be on the same playing field, only that's 3 times 1.
Right. So they don't hear that, which I think is funny. That's just me being technical. Yeah. Like, fucking 1980, who cares?
You just ruined this whole movie.
The payoff of Luthor turning on him is enough.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it's fine.
That payoff is well worth their hearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess, right, Chris? I mean, right?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Luthor, you're poisonous snake!
Oh, that line? Oh my God. Luthor, you poisonous snake. I was like, what are you going to call him next? Crumb Bum?
Scumbum. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You sterno bum! Luthor, you sterno bum!
You called him a poisonous snake.
But when you're first watching this movie, you kind of really think Superman is confiding in Lex Luthor, like, listen.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that what you thought, Ghoul? Did you think?
Yeah, I 100%, because I was like, awesome, like, because I
thought they were gonna like combine.
Yeah, I love a movie when like there's like a triple threat where there's like the enemy, the hero, and then a defective enemy who bonds with the hero.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I got from this, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, like awesome. Also, it doesn't help that it's Gene Hackman, or it does help that it's Gene Hackman. So I was like, oh fuck yeah, yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, he's no hack, dude.
No, he's not a hack, man.
But I see what you did there. But I love it though, because now after watching it multiple times, you know Superman knew what Luthor was going to do.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So that's why he led him into the trap.
Yeah, that was the thing that flipped me. I was like, oh shit, Superman had the drop the whole time, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that was a good payoff.
Now, the real observant fans, when Superman gives up his powers the first time, it's glowing red in the molecule chamber.
Right.
And the second time, it's glowing red everywhere else.
Yep.
That was supposed to be your giveaway.
On initial watch, nobody's picking up on that.
I'd love to meet the guy who did.
The guy who was like, oh my God, it's red outside the fucking ice, the refrigerator.
So guess what's going to happen? I can tell you right now. Yeah.
So, Ghoul, did you realize what was happening in that moment when he went in there and it was red on the outside?
I did not.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're normal.
Yeah, I was, like I said, this also, I've only seen this one time, except for, obviously, now when I'm watching.
No, I know, that's why it's great. We're getting...
Yeah, no, I was expecting, like, another, like, 15 minutes of, like, okay, how is he going to pull this off? So, the, I guess, quote-unquote, twist got me good.
Oh, good. So, Zod has him kneel, and then even as a kid, so this stuck with me for some reason, when Superman grabs his hand and goes that crunching.
Dude, oh, it's so good.
That always stuck with me.
He walks out of that fucking freezer, and he's like...
all slumped over.
His shoulders are slumped. Yep, exactly. And he's like defeated. And he even does like a big exhale, like...
Yeah, it's over.
Like fuck my life. Fuck my life. And he walks over when Zod slowly waves him over like this.
Yeah, I like how Zod doesn't even say anything.
No.
He just does the
he waves
the
him
gesture.
like this. Yeah. He waves him like this. And Superman kneels before him. And he goes, take my hand and swear eternal loyalty to Zod. And Superman grabs his hand, and for a split second, it's like, wow. And then he starts squeezing it. And the sound, it sounds like if you had a handful of like fucking peanut brittle and started crunching it. It's amazing, dude. And his reaction that he gets on his face is like, like he goes all in on that part, dude. Like with his face and everything.
Yeah, the way he picks him up too is so good.
Oh,
it's so weird because he's like so curled over.
I was gonna say he picks him up and he like kind of spins halfway, like
Yep.
from top to like, his head goes down to the bottom instead of his feet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
And then
good.
he just fucking tosses him, yo, faux three. Like,
Oh yeah,
see ya.
he tosses him like nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I have one criticism here. And I'm not, obviously, I have not been a jerk this whole time. Why, when he throws them, it seems like they're in outer space? The speed Azad's body goes into the wall is very strange.
You mean like it's slower than it should be?
Yeah. It seems like they're in outer space or something. Like they think they're on the moon.
If I had to guess, it was just more for like dramatic effect to show you like, what's happening.
Never really.
Yeah.
thought
You
about
never picked up on that?
No.
I feel like I didn't put much thought into it. He just floats out, kind of, as if Superman's pushing someone in outer space. It's very strange. It's not like you throw anything in the world.
No, I completely get what you're saying. I guess I've just never really thought about that before. Yeah.
Well, now that you do, isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit weird.
And I love how Lex has to basically explain to the audience watching the movie what just happened, as if, because I'm sure there were some fucking idiots out there, but they had to have Lex say, he switched it. He did it to them. The lights were on out here. Well, he was safe in there. And it's like, okay, yeah, we just saw what fucking happened. Dude.
Yeah, no, we get it.
I'm sure there were people that saw it that were like, wait, what just happened?
It's also justification to his character that he's supposed to be like, quote, the smartest criminal on the planet or whatever he says.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
No, it works. It all works.
But yeah, no, yeah. It's,
right.
Yeah,
no, I'm
up.
totally nitpicking here, yeah.
It's very smooth. It doesn't make me feel like, oh, God.
Yes.
Now we're making fun of it, but yeah, no, it actually
That's
works.
That's just for the show, man. I mean, that doesn't bother me at all when I'm watching this movie.
No. So the dummy guy goes to think he can fly. Oh yeah. So Zod's the main guy. Here's something to talk about. Do you think it's anticlimactic that Zod's the first one to die?
No.
No, that doesn't bother me at all.
No, I guess not, right? Because of how it happens. It's because of the hand crunch and because of the reveal that you're weak.
It had to start with him.
It had to.
Yes.
That's why it works.
Yeah, like when you take down the top dog first, that makes all the other little people scared.
But normally, we watch movies where everyone else goes down, then the top dog.
Right.
Because I love how after he crushes his hand, the camera cuts back to Ursa, who is still holding Lois like by the neck like this, and she's got this look on her face like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like she knows like,
oh, does she know that now she's
oh,
weak?
yes.
Fucked.
Yeah. She knows they're fucked at that point. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, how come Dummy doesn't know that?
Because he's a dummy.
Yeah, because he's a fucking idiot.
He goes to fly.
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
And just fucking just
Does he not utter a word this whole movie, by the way?
No, not one legible word. No.
Yeah, just grunts. I wish though, because this is a PG movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I wish that like I hate that when Lois punches Ursa, she's like, "You're a real pain in the neck." Like I desperately wish she was like, "You're a real fucking bitch" or something like that, and knock her out, like
fuck you or something.
Yeah,
like
like that would have been amazing.
But she was just holding Lois by the neck.
Yeah, so yeah, you're a real pain. Yeah, you get it. But she did deliver.
Oh wow, I never picked. Wow, that's how you saw that? Wow,
always yes.
Oh my God,
she had Lois by the neck the whole time.
That's funny,
Alex. I've always seen it that way. The one time I've seen it.
Oh, you've always seen it that way? Oh, good.
I've always seen it the one time.
Oh, yesterday you always saw it that way?
He's always felt that way, dude.
I've always felt that way since Thursday.
The whole time she was grabbing her neck, she felt that way. Yeah. So this dummy just jumps in, and then Lois basically kills Ursa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
But apparently, either Ursa or the guy that played Non in interviews over the years have said like, well, they never said they're dead, but it's like, come on.
Yeah, they just disappear. Yeah, where do they go? How deep is that hole?
Exactly. How far does that fucking fall?
Yeah, it's like the fucking pit in like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Or Empire Strikes Back when the Emperor, when Darth Vader throws the Emperor off the fucking ledge in Empire Strikes Back,
yeah.
and he just falls. Is he falling forever? Like, is it like a never-ending?
No, it can't be here. He's going to Earth.
I don't know. Have you seen the Rise of Skywalker?
Dude, don't. Oh god.
They're only falling a few hundred feet.
Yeah,
but they are human now, so they could still break their necks.
Yeah, they'll die on impact. Yeah, and or better yet, they'll freeze.
Or that, right? Yeah, if this was not PG, instead of saying you venomous snake or whatever he says, he would have said, motherfucker!
Exactly, right.
That's what Superman would have said.
You fucking bitch. Oof.
Fuck.
Right
What
in the jaw.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, who knows what he would have said to him. So now they go back to work at the Daily Planet, and Lois basically is having a meltdown, and she guilt trips the shit out of this guy about being Superman, as if like it's a problem now. You were dying to date this guy, asking him all these weird questions on part 1, but now that you're with him, it's a problem. Isn't it funny that like you could be Superman and it's still
not enough.
A problem? It's not enough because you're Superman, but I still can't do this or that or that. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, how is this a problem? I just don't get it. We talked about it earlier 5 hours ago. I don't know when the hell we started this podcast, but
Just about.
yeah, like whatever. I guess this is the humanistic reaction to this devastating moment when you realize you're dating Superman and now he's still Superman and not back to a regular guy like he did in the chamber earlier. So now it's a problem. So then Superman goes, okay, enough of this fucking shit. Kisses her. She loses her mind. Has no idea that she ever dated Superman. I don't know if she knows anything that happened in this movie.
Like how much of her memory did that kiss erase? Exactly. Is it just that she doesn't know he's Superman, or what the fuck else does she not know this?
Well, yeah, but then she says, "What's going on in the world?" And then they're like, looking at her like, "Huh?" Like you haven't, like they're like, "You haven't heard like whatever." So within the last couple of days,
apparently, a lot of I'll call them fans, but if I'm going to be more of a dickhead, I'll call them comic book nerds. Apparently, a lot of comic book nerds don't like that part because that specific power was never mentioned in the old Superman comics.
Really?
What are you talking about? Are you fucking kidding me?
This is ridiculous. My mom said this is stupid too.
I went to a comic store the other day and I saw that.
Can you imagine like nerds listening to our show like, well, these guys are great. Then all of a sudden they get here and they're like, fuck you.
dude, they're gonna fucking turn on us.
Yeah, oh, yeah, of course they will.
And but then I feel bad saying that because I sit here as a fucking 50-year-old man living in an apartment surrounded by horror movie figures and fucking Marilyn Manson posters.
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
Jason never had a snake in his body in part 2. There's no way.
Right.
Yeah, like no way. Yeah,
Yeah, so we're all the same
we're
idiots.
contradictions of our own principles.
So, yeah,
like,
I mean,
that's just
if-
what it is.
If that bothers you, that bothers you. But
Yeah, it happens.
Listen, we're all losers and we just don't want to. We're like crazy people. They don't know they're crazy, right? That's us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just as much of a fucking loser as they are. So they go back to the Greasy Spoon diner. And of course, Rocky the truck driver is there.
Still, now, even after he was thrown out, let's
But
mention.
yeah, would that guy really go back to that place after
No,
what
he was thrown out. And he said, I don't like your garbage anyway, your meat. Anyway, he literally was thrown out after he beat up Clark and broke their divider.
Right. And you see, they show him sitting there eating, and he goes, "Hey, Ron, give me another plate of this garbage."
He's gonna pay double.
And then Clark walks in and goes, gee, that's funny. I've never seen garbage eat garbage before. And that's another fucking fist pump line. Like, yes, it's amazing, dude.
It hit right.
Now, if this was not PG, he would say, "Give me another play of this shit."
I've never seen shit.
I've never seen
eat
shit before.
Amazing.
And then he goes, excuse me, sir, I think you're sitting in my favorite seat. And then Rocky's reaction is gold. He kind of spins around in his stool like this and faces him. He goes, come and get it, Four Eyes.
Four Eyes. He's still insulting the glasses.
Oh, and then Clark pushes his glasses up like this and then starts walking towards him. Oh, my God.
I like how Clark's glasses are constantly running down his nose.
Yeah, so he's got to do that. Yeah, yeah.
Always happening.
Right.
Like, get those things that stop that. Like, what are they, just the frame? Don't you have those two things that stop it from running down your nose?
Oh, yeah, the grabbers things. Yeah.
Was that not a thing in 81?
I guess. And Rocky punches him in the stomach, and it sounds like he just punched a fucking concrete wall or something.
Yeah, it's like instant knuckle break.
And he grabs his hand and he's like, Clark spins him on the stool. He spins around.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, that's, I have a problem with that.
Okay, what? Why? What's
he
up?
Spins him, 81 times in 5 seconds?
A lot, yeah.
Then
He grabs him, sits him on the bar. Yes.
Does he look like he was spun 81 times when he does that? When he's sitting on the bar, does he look like
You mean because if that happened to you, you'd be like all like fucking disoriented and shit?
disoriented? Yeah. Yes, he is not disoriented.
Ask me if I've ever thought 1 second about that when I watched this movie before. No, never.
See, maybe as a reviewer I did, because I was reviewing it. I never thought about it till I was reviewing it. So there you go. So that's the curse of being a movie reviewer. Like, you don't ever think of a lot of things, and then I'm sitting there like, oh wow, okay, oh gee, he seems fine. Huh, that's weird. If I was spun in a chair 81 times in 5 seconds, I think I'd fucking throw up. Right? So that's the thing. Like, when you review movies, you do, there's like a cynical side to you where you're like, well, this doesn't make any sense. How's that work?
Right.
But yeah, there you go. Then he does that. Then he like positions them and he tells the guy this orders
to go. It's
and he
amazing.
slides him into a $10,000. By the way, I'm not doing inflation right now. If you were to buy a pinball machine today, it's $10,000.
Yeah, those things are not cheap.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're fucking insane.
Dude, Mitch bought one.
Of course he did.
$10,000 for a Star Wars pinball machine.
Okay, well, something like that. Yeah, okay. Now, we had a pinball machine when I was a kid, but it's only because my dad was in the grocery business, and it was one of those old school ones with just, there was no digital. It was just like the fucking flip numbers, the paddles, on the side.
Probably still $5,000 today.
But he got it from a grocery store that was getting rid of it, so he got it for like $200. Now, this was like 40 years ago. I'm just saying. So yeah, they weren't that extravagant back then, but still.
Because I was gonna say, he should have been handing him stacks of cash at the end of this, but he just hands him like.
But I like how after Clark grabs him, sets him on the bar, and then shoves him, the whole time Rocky is sliding down the bar. I love how the whole time Rocky is still holding his own hand and staring at his hand. The whole time, he never stops looking at his hand.
I never picked up on that.
Oh, yeah. Until he crashes on the pinball machine. And then they even make a point to show the tilt sign light up after he lands on it.
Wow. So as a kid and even as an adult, Ghoul, how'd you feel about that revenge moment? It is insanely amazing for such a simplistic thing, right?
Dude, you know me, as I am wearing the Punisher shirt, I love a good revenge scene. And that was a good...
Vigilante justice there's nothing compares to that.
I love when a fucking asshole gets his comeuppance.
Mm-hmm.
Real life, movies, anything. Pay the price. Yeah, I love this. I mean, it sucks that he couldn't like straight up punch him because he would have straight up killed him.
Oh, he would have bashed. He would have caved his face.
He would have Julius. Yeah, would have gave him the
Oh,
yeah.
Julius.
Yeah, would have Julius him. Yeah.
Julius. That's great.
I like that though because as far as like the character of Superman goes, it just goes to show you he's a little human in like getting revenge.
He had. Isn't that amazing? Let's do we want to talk? We can spend a half hour talking about why he had to walk back into this place, right? Like, why did Clark feel the need to go back there and pray to God that this guy happens to be there, right? Like, was he stalking him for weeks? And he's like, wow, look, he finally went back, and I want to do it in front of those two guys who work.
Well, that guy seemed like a regular from what they sounded like, so he probably knew.
But he was thrown out of there.
Yeah, he was thrown out of there a little bit.
He really was thrown out. He said, I don't like your meat anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a big effort from Clark to go back in there and do that.
Either way, love it.
Yep. All right, I think unless Chris, you're the guy. Unless you have anything,
Nope. Just the very end scene when he flies back to the White House with the flag, puts it on top, and he says the president. I can't remember what the president says to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's the president this time? 81. Is it
Egg Marshall?
Yeah, it's Egg Marshall.
Egg Marshall? Oh, I thought it was Reagan.
No, it was Reagan. Yeah. So no, other than that, no. Which is still a cool scene that he flies the flag back and sets it on top, and he's basically like, "I'm sorry I've been away for so long, Mr. President. I won't let you down again." And they never even show Egg Marshall's face in that scene. It's only from the back of the head.
That's very sad to me.
And then the credits roll, and immediately as the credits start to roll, it says "Coming soon, Superman 3."
Okay, all right. That's a question I had for you guys. I didn't know if that was because I watched it on HBO. Like we had this discussion.
Oh, if it came out in theater or on tape.
Yeah, we had this discussion with Back to the Future.
Right.
Yeah,
I think this was actually in the real credits, though.
Really?
Because they already knew they were making 3 movies. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Because they made so much money on the first, they thought there's no way on earth 2 and 3 will get some action.
Wild.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they knew 2 was great.
And 3 came out two years to the month after Part 2 got released in North America, June of '83. Yep.
Shit.
So yeah, think of the logic here. One made $300 million, and then you knew when you edited 2, you're like, oh, this is amazing. Okay, we're fine.
Even if we don't make it that much money, it's still gonna kick ass.
Oh, it's still gonna kick ass.
Right.
Let's do 3, and these idiots will absolutely see 3 when they see how good 2 is.
And by the way, let's take a famous comedian and stick him in the movie.
Oh, that I don't know why they didn't pick Rodney Dangerfield.
What's a Superman, huh?
Hey, I get no respect.
Shake it up, baby!
Yeah, he's kind of a Superman, huh? Superman, huh?
All right, guys. Well, that was Superman 2. Wow. That was everything I hoped it would be. So, how many times, Chris, are you going to kneel before Zod? Out of 5 for Superman 2.
Well, there's nothing else I can say about this movie that we haven't already talked about in this review. But this has been, since I was a child, meaning 7 years old when I first saw it, this has been my favorite superhero movie, and it still is to this day. Christopher Reeve is perfect. I think all of the cast, Zod is fucking amazing. He's still my favorite superhero villain in any superhero movie to this day.
Even over Joker?
Oh, well, yes. I'm not going to say like a landslide, but yes, Zod is still my favorite. Yeah, he's still my favorite. I have never, ever lost contact with this movie, meaning I have never gone more than like 3 or 4 years at the most in my life without watching this. It's obviously my favorite one of this franchise. It's unreal. I am going to kneel before Zod 4 out of 5 times for this movie.
Are you serious? No. I was gonna say, what the hell am I listening to? I was like, okay.
No, I am kneeling before Zod 5 out of 5 times for this film. It is absolute. Well, I can't say perfection because there are some scenes in the Donner cut that I like better. So I guess I
You want
can't
to do
say
4.75?
Nope, it's still a 5. It's 5 out of 5 for me. Again, seek out the Donner cut, watch it just to see the differences. But even putting that to the side, this movie's a masterpiece to me. It's fucking amazing. 5 kneels before Zod out of 5, all day, every day.
Right. All right, Ghoul. Wow, we're dying to hear from you. You have never in your life seen this movie. I doubt you've seen any of the 4 movies, right?
Nope.
So, wow. Can't wait to hear this. You seem to enjoy it.
It would be a total Ghoul thing, though, to come out and be like, I love part 4.
You seem to enjoy it from most of what you said, but we don't know if that means 3.5, 4, or 5, whatever. So, how many times are you kneeling before Zod out of 5 for Superman 2?
All right. Yeah, I got to watch this once. I didn't get to see the first one. I am not terribly familiar with the Superman character outside of the comics. I don't care for the character. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
I actually don't either. I'm not a Superman fan.
I just don't. Yeah, like by this point, everyone knows. Like, everyone knows Punisher's my guy. So I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that Superman is like the polar opposite of the vibe of Punisher.
Yeah. The visuals on this one are actually really stunning, considering movies nowadays, Superman movies nowadays, like it looks very good, as we talked about the eyes and everything, but also like even like there's a shot when the 3 Kryptonians are flying in and they're like juxtaposed on the shot of like an ocean and like deserts and shit. It looks really good. I love that kind of stuff. Terrence Stamp is fucking amazing as Zod. Ursa, I would fucking throw a wedding ring on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Non, you know what? You could be my best friend and my bodyguard. Cool. Yeah. At the end of the day, though, first time watch, I'm going to give this a 3.5. I went in this blind, and I went in this with the Chris and Alex blank mind space, children mind space. I had a lot of fun with this movie. Yeah, no, 3.5 for me. I really like this movie. You guys have me already want to watch the Donner cut. I'm gonna watch fucking part 1. You kind of have me want to watch part 3.
Dude, I watch all of them. Dude, even 4, just to see what the hell happened here.
Yeah, just to see what went wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
listen, I did it. It's very difficult. It's not fun. It's one of those things where it's like, what am I wasting my time for? But it's interesting because Christopher Reeve signed on to it and all that stuff.
The fact that he's in for all 4 of them is wild.
It's wild. Yeah. Just do that to see like, wow, that's insanity.
Yeah.
And then you'll be compelled to watch a bunch of YouTube reviews.
Yeah, I'd love to go into the rabbit hole. But like I said, I went into this one bare bones, like no pun intended.
What's that?
It's just a little podcast that happened.
3.5 out of 5 for a first-time watcher, and a guy who's seen all these new things. Like that's huge. So for someone who's there, I could never say anything about Superman 2. This is when Chris mentioned possibly doing this, I was like, oh yeah, let's do that. And I mean, secretly, I'm like, yeah, thank God somebody said something about this. Like, this is great. So yeah, no, I'm obsessed with this. This is great, and I'm an asshole. Just like Back to the Future, it's one of those things where you feel like you've seen it so many times that you don't have to rewatch it. But I purchased this now in 4K, and I'm going to watch it minimally every 2 years of my life. Minimally, I hope to find a way to watch it once a year. So, yep, I'm all set. Superman 2. So, yeah, that's it, guys. That was Dead Man's Party, Superman 2, 1981 for America. And all I have to say is...
Kneel before Chris! Come to me, son of Al Edwards Sr.! Kneel before Chris!
Okay, that's that.